And we're back with a little bit more of the good old The Princess Bride role-playing game, which we just recently completed the first session of. Completely new system to us. I definitely spent weeks and weeks and weeks studying this, learning every kind of intricacy, learning all the skills and things off by heart. And we are following it to the letter. We aren't. I mean, we're just, going with the flow as we often do. But it is, I think we learned last time that it's a really cool system. It's easy to pick up. It's very flavorful. What I like particularly about it is that there are lots of skills, but not everyone has the same skills, because you shouldn't all have the same skills, because you have different backgrounds and stuff. And that's cool. Hey, why don't we, before we do a summary of what happened last time, and all that good stuff, and jump back into the action, why don't we introduce ourselves? Hey, Meg.
Hi, I'm Megan Amel. I am a fake AI person today because I am a mess. And sorry, I am a Twitch streamer. I do variety streaming. You can see me on Megan Amel. That's literally where I'm at, meganamel.tv. And I am continuing to play Miracle Meg. And yeah, I've just acquired a bunch of children. I'm thinking about starting a school and on a boat. So, and maybe I'll be a pirate one day. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Speaking of pirates.
Yes. Hi, I am playing Red Pirate Robbins. I'm Kelly, or My Fair Kelly. So Red Pirate Robbins is tentatively bringing a bunch of kids and horses and random people onto her boat, and she's very, very cool and excited and totally fine about this whole situation. And yeah, that's where we're at with her.
The world's most laid-back pirate. Except for Griselda the Green Pirate, or Green Pirate Griselda. She's much more laid back. Yeah, definitely. Shanks.
Hello, I'm the Shanks Master General. I am a mediocre musician in an amazing band. If you want to find us, go to Spotify, The Dreadnoughts, DREADNOGHTS. I am playing Simon Groud, or Shimon, which nobody calls him that. But what is it? Last session was basically 2 acts for Simon. The first act was being amazing. The second act was just pure buffoonery and getting his head stuck in gopher holes and riding horses incredibly wrong. But that is I, and then we also have Torflorf up above, 98 Tough Love.
Hi, yes, that is me, 98 Tough Love, Tough Torf, Torflington, some other variety of nickname. I sometimes stream on Twitch. It's been a while, but one day we'll pretend like I do it again. I am playing Lorf, also secretly known as Princess Froth Florington III, except I'm definitely a farmhand and not a princess. Don't worry about it. Nobody needs to know that. I'm just rolling in, showing up. I wasn't here last time, so apparently there's a boat full of kids, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so before we get into the recap, one of the party, one Miracle Mag, has noticed a couple of times across as they have traversed the village and the farmlands, and then eventually the Forest of Nightmares, and now have approached the secret hidden pirate cove that they're headed to before they cross the Straits of Sadness, that there have been like farm workers and travelers and scarecrows and a mysterious figure climbing on the cliffs that has been trailing them. So I'm sure that wasn't Lorf. Lorf has no reason to be trying to insinuate themselves on this trip to try to find the true love potion. So our entire party, potentially except for the totally normal farmhand Lorf, was sent on a quest by the much beloved, very benevolent Prince Rupert, who has had enough with stories of princesses running off with unsuitable farmhands, and now all of his potential marriage prospects are like, oh, I want to wait for true love, and where's my Westley? So he just wants to manufacture true love through a potion. Problem is, the best miracle worker in the kingdom is Miracle Meg, and she can't do it. So through extortion and other means, he has encouraged this group of people to travel far across the Straits of Sadness to the Isle of Dread to find the Ancient One, mysterious miracle worker of some sort, who is rumored to be the only person in all the kingdoms who can manufacture a potion that can actually create true love. And then Rupert will give it to someone he wants to marry, and if it turns out that he doesn't like him, he'll just throw him in the dungeon and give it to someone else until eventually he makes a suitable match. Efficiency. Cool. So we got some highlights about Simon doing a really good job at rolling dice, and Simon the character doing a really good job at rolling dice. Shanks the player rolling good a couple of times, and then really doing interesting things when it came to everything acrobatic, which is interesting because your profession is acrobat.
Yeah.
So that was good, but it turned out okay. Miracle Meg made a couple of potions and healed some people and made everyone invisible. Red Pirate Robbins did a bunch of athletic stuff and stealthy stuff and setting everyone up for success, and didn't slaughter a bunch of children who were masquerading as the trapping trees that trap visitors to feed them to the trolls and witches. Turns out there aren't any trolls and witches. It was just kids disguising themselves as bushes. Oh, well, it's fine. It's a sad story. But they're fine now because you have decided to bring them with you on your adventure.
They're ours now. Everything's going to be
Yes.
fine.
So we pick up with your group making your way toward the hidden pirate cove and the red-sailed ship of the Red Pirate Robbins. Hey, Lorf.
Yeah.
For no reason, why don't you give me a climb roll?
Oh gosh, I'm so poor at those.
I mean, you're better than
Oh, I actually rolled kind
the
of
average person, but not by much.
Well, I have to do math. Oh boy. I got a 12, a fair rating, I think.
So a fair rating. So I think as Miracle Meg has spotted something on the cliffs, climbing down toward the hidden pirate cove, that's something, like in the blink of an eye, that something disappears, and that is because you fall into the water. But you had made your way down far enough that it's all we hear is, we the audience hear a little bit of a whoop, splash. But Miracle Meg just hears caw of seagulls and the swirl of the swoosh and swirl of the swelling ocean. So only the audience knows that the figure climbing on the cliffs was someone. So you find yourself not too far away from the anchored ship of the Red Pirate Robbins, which is the only way to get across the Straits of Sadness to the Isle of Dread. So, hey, what is everyone else doing?
Well, I'm just, who's taking, are we on a boat yet?
No, we are picking up right where we left off. You are looking.
So where are we exactly?
You have just exited the Forest of Nightmares. You see the
Okay.
rolling green downs, the white cliffs, and then off to the left, you see just the barest top of the red-sailed ship of the Red Pirate Robbins, and you had just been watching a little speck on the cliffs, and then it disappeared.
Okay, so I'm like, well, that's weird. And then I am actually going to start going around and learning the children's names. And how many are there?
13.
There are 13 children, and I want to learn all of their names immediately.
Oh,
because I know how important it is
Why?
to know their names.
Look, there's Jeremy.
So I'm gonna go stand. I'm gonna go over to the. I'm gonna take them all over to a tree with Mish, and I'm gonna have them all sit down, and I'm gonna play like teacher with them, and I'm gonna be like, and we're gonna learn all their names while everyone else is figuring out what we're doing.
While that's happening, how long would Red Pirate Robbins think it would take to get to the ship from where she's currently at?
Oh, less than an hour.
If she takes the horse at full speed?
Faster.
I want to say Red Pirate Robin's seeing the figure is more concerned with the boat right now.
Well, Red
And is
Pirate Robbins
thinking-
did not see anything on the
Oh.
has not seen any of the people that are watching / tailing you, and you
Okay.
did not see the individual, or maybe it was a
I
bird
saw
or
it and I just
something.
didn't tell anyone because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was weird.
Oh.
And
It's
I
all
just
been
kept
Miracle
going.
Mag, who hasn't said anything
Cool,
to
cool, cool.
anyone. It doesn't mean
I'm
you can't
talking to
ride
the
ahead
kids
to,
right now.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't ride ahead to make the ship ready.
Yeah. I mean, I think that let's just change it and say Red Pirate Robbins is getting land sick and wants to get back on the boat.
Okay.
My balance is too good. Oh.
Mm.
All right.
Meg is making me look up names.
Yeah, I can tell.
No, you don't have to look up names. I'm just saying, like, for the story, like, I'm getting to know their names. We don't have to actually name them all. I'm just
Too
saying,
late
like,
now.
that's what I would do.
I've added
I'm just
13 more
saying.
words to the notes list.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
I mean, I can give you 13 names off the top of my head, like, no problem.
Damn. What's Shaman doing?
Which, yeah.
Simon is kind of distracted. He's trying to come up with words to a song he's been thinking about for a while, like a cheesy love song. Because he probably wants to woo somebody eventually, like if he finds the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me is like, well, can the Red Pirate Robbins just be whistling some random tune and somehow help?
Oh, wait,
Oh,
that's awesome.
I think I already have a melody in mind.
Yeah. No. I was just like, I want to help with making a song.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm
5,
just
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
one
And
more.
No.
George.
Okay, got it.
Francis.
So, oh no, I forgot Jeremy.
Oh.
Now we have to kill
Oh,
one
Jeremy.
Oh, no.
No.
There were 14.
of them. Okay, their names are too similar, so we'll get rid of that.
no.
Yeah, so one impulse on clip. So we got Jeremy, Dario, Liam, Jonathan, Ander, and Oscar. And we've got Vanessa, Lydia, Alba, Belen, Sonia, and Lucy, the youngest blonde-haired girl who is attached to the Red Pirate Robbins.
Who's
Right.
afraid of trolls?
Yes, well, they're all afraid of trolls except for Jeremy. The good news is trolls don't exist,
Right.
as far as you know. So cool,
Neither
Mr.
do our USs, but
Mr. and Mrs. Trolletta, to her friends, moved away.
oh, okay, good.
Oh,
So you don't have to worry about them. Cool. So yes, you are meeting with all the children who mostly want to hear about like adventures on the high seas, and
Oh, I can make those up.
yeah,
No problem.
yeah.
I'll just tell them all of the like the things that I wanted to do when I like met Red Pirate Robbins.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I assume that eventually you all wind up at the ship. Yes, on the kind of cobbled shore.
Yes.
I'm
Sounds
sure.
about right.
I'm sure the crew, Captain Robbins, have seen you coming. You can see the flash of
better
spy.
have.
You can see the flash of spy glasses as they confirm that it's you, and you give them the sign so they know that you're there under no duress. And yes, they will have sent out at first one little tender boat,
Mhm.
and then realizing that you have 2 horses, a donkey, and 13 children, will send out
Technically, it's 5 horses.
the second. No, it's just 2.
We didn't
I thought I
have
got-
many horses.
You
I thought I
could-
got 3.
you got information that would have enabled you to wait a few days while your contact did that, but instead you decided to
Oh.
not exactly steal, but kind of steal the 2
Okay.
horses from the wealthy visitors from I can't remember. No, they were from Florin.
And we
was-
got
was it-
Mish.
It
This
was
ship
fraud,
can
not
be
robbery.
fine.
And
She'll be happy with it.
Miracle Meg bought Mish and a cabbage. Don't forget,
Yeah.
you have a cabbage. It,
That was very
Yes.
it
important.
could come in useful.
Could.
It won't. But that's fine.
Well, I'm probably feeding little pieces of it to everybody because do we even have any food? Probably not.
Yeah, you made a beautiful, wonderful breakfast for dinner and then healed everyone's wounds.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was fun.
yeah.
Maybe that's where
Okay.
the cabbage went.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
You made, and because cabbage, nothing says breakfast for dinner than cabbage. You know,
Yeah, like cabbage
kids'
does.
favorite breakfast
like
meal,
farts on a plate.
cabbage.
Yeah.
Cabbage.
Beloved.
Yeah, cool. So yes, it's going to be quite the ordeal to get all the children and the horses to come with you. So I think I'm going to need some people to make some appropriate roles to make that happen.
Okay.
All right.
Do I get some sort of like advantage since it's my boat?
No,
No. What are we rolling?
Your advantage is that you're good at some stuff.
Okay.
Is it
I can tie knots.
Is equestrian appropriate here?
Yes. No
All right,
one
I'll
wants your
roll.
knots, Meg. Come on.
It's what I can do. It's on there.
You'll be on the ship, and knots will be super useful at that point.
Good.
Sure.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to roll equestrian to see if I can.
That's a good
help get
idea.
this-
Yeah.
Balance.
I got. What is it? Go ahead.
No, I was just asking the balance was right. It's a 0.
I
which
got a
one-
meaty.
repeat the question, Robin.
Is balance a good skill
Sure.
to use here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon got what is it? Mediocre. 11.
Yeah.
So the fabled tale of Horse and Simon continues.
Oh no.
Yeah. As you're trying to talk to your horse, and this is the kind of tall, spindly horse that was ridden by the tall, spindly man.
Yeah.
Or you do the narration. I got poor on my balance. If you want to,
Okay,
really.
this is even better.
Wow.
So you are, trying to talk to the horse and explain to it, you're gonna get on a ship and we're gonna row you across or whatever.
Mhm.
And it just looks at you like, where do you think I came from? I'm from Florin, across the ocean.
Ah.
I've been on a boat before. Have you ever been on a boat before? I mean, it's a horse, and all it can do is like look at you and snort and move its ears, but you get the message.
No, I get it.
Yeah. And then it waits until you are halfway across to the boat and then just pushes you out. And as you go to grab, to block your fall, you of course grab onto the Red Pirate Robins and you both go into the drink. So that's good.
Whoops.
Yo, she's gonna be so mad at you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think you're dead to her now.
Oh my god.
no.
This is the second horse-related incident where you have, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
This is actually the third.
Oh,
Can I-
yeah.
First was the saddle. Second was trying to do a real cool move with Red Pirate Robins, and then this one.
Yeah.
Can I use schmoozing and schmooze all the kids onto the boat and then schmooze the crew and be like, these are the kids and like make
Yeah.
everyone cool?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
I think probably the Red Pirate
Okay,
Robins.
bad news though.
Uh-oh.
Like real bad news on this one.
What are we looking at? What's the damage, Meg?
Well, it's a 7, which is terrible. So what I'm thinking is,
Yes.
okay, I'll go with it. Should I use a boon or should we just go with it?
I
It's
would be fine with
terrible.
it.
It is kind of funny if all of you mess up trying to get onto the boat.
I
Yeah,
know, but what's gonna
I'm
happen to the
okay.
kids?
I'm okay using a boon, but Meg, if you want to use it for humor, you can let it ride. But
Alright,
I'll
as
give you
long
my
as
grand
the
I'll
kids,
wait.
as long as the kids don't get injured. Are the kids gonna get injured?
No.
Okay,
You're
then
just gonna
fine.
be
I'll keep the
mostly
7.
dead. No.
No!
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But
You-
grandpa, wait.
You know what
I'm
kind of- yeah, you know
I'll
what
do a
kind of
terrible
story
job
this
at getting
is.
the kids on the ship.
You know what kind of story this is. So yes, you try schmoozing, and you're trying to basically get the pirates to like the kids and the kids to like the pirates, so everyone's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the kids to be like comfortable on the boat, and it's not working out.
Well, no, the problem is the kids are too comfortable because you just spent the past hour like chatting up the
Oh yeah, we're
the
best
wonders
friends.
of the pirate's life. So the kids are, and they just had a very kind of sugar-filled breakfast for dinner kind of situation.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
So most of them are crazy hyper, and they're just like,
Oh.
oh my god, you're a pirate. Where's your peg leg?
They're
And,
like, oh, this is the
where's
crow's
your-
nest. We heard about this.
Oh, can I touch your yeah, right? Can I touch your saber? And they're just like rubbing their sticky little hands all over the pirates, and the pirates are having none of it.
Oh no, and I'm not helping.
And then you're not helping because you're interpreting their reticence as them like playing up the pirate thing. Like, yeah, you're doing a really good job of being like a surly pirate. Ha, ha, ha. And they are not having this
Dang, dude.
zoo plus half a village of children all over the boat. Have no idea what's happening. There might be some rumblings among the crew. Ooh.
Oh
Because
no.
I mean, the whole thing about the pirates is that you are a famous pirate until someone else takes your mantle.
Oh
The current
yeah.
Red Pirate Robbins is just one in a lengthy line. So there's always someone on the crew who's looking to take the mantle for themselves. Who knows? We'll see.
Who's to say that's my name and not my title?
Well, it's
Red
lucky.
Pirate
It's
Robbins.
lucky then. Well, maybe you are the first Red Pirate Robbins, but that doesn't mean that someone else might not want to like. Well, maybe I'll be the next one, because everyone's heard the story of the farmhand who became the Dread Pirate Roberts. So now everyone assumes that that's how the world works, whether that's true or not. Cool. Speaking of stories, Lorf,
Yeah.
you're on a boat.
Yep.
I'm curious how you ingratiate yourself.
Well, obviously, I'm just one of the crew, and I spin this crazy story about how, like, actually I fell off the boat like a couple months ago, but now I'm back, and you remember me, right? We were good buddies. I helped you load that crate that one time, and it fell on your foot, and it was really funny, and everybody laughed. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, that's
I think to your point, I mean, this could just be a blave, but you're gonna have to spin quite the yarn to gaslight all these pirates. So why don't you give us a storytelling roll?
all right.
Good thing my kids are also distracting them though. So
Yes.
they might just believe you because they're busy.
That is a 14, so a good.
So good success, yes. And I think precisely to Miracle Meg's point, there's a little bit of like wait, and a few of them are like, oh yeah, I remember you, and it's like, wait a second, but no. And then there's one who's like, oh, I do recognize you, but it's not from a boat. I swear I've seen you before though. Have you ever been to, and then, it's like it's going in a direction that maybe you don't want it to go. The good news is that the first boat with the children arrives, and then they start running around everywhere, and people.
Yeah, Lucy and Alice are just causing a scene.
Yeah. So
Winston running around or whatever his name was.
Dario.
Dario, that
It's
little
Jeremy.
Of course. Well, Jeremy's playing it cool. Jeremy, by the way, is like super like cool pirates, but he doesn't want to show cool pirates because that's for babies.
Right, he's acting like he's been there.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, he's
I've-
too cool for that. Yeah.
I'm best friends with a bunch of pirates. This is no big deal for me.
Yeah.
This is my
Anyway.
first pirate ship.
So yes, that is enough of a distraction. So people immediately just go, oh, whatever. Help us with these darn kids. What's the boss doing, bringing all these children and weirdos and animals on boat? Here, get busy. So yes, you are quite good. And in fact, I would like you to, you have a choice. You can either try to contribute to calming the children down, or you can try to contribute to stowing the horses.
I'll try to calm the kids down. I can probably
Okay.
spin another yarn for them and be like, "Come sit down and listen to the pirates tell you about pirate stuff."
Sure. Roll it up.
And 14. Good.
No, they're good. Yeah. So as many of the adults are struggling to get 2 horses and a donkey onto this boat, successfully, right? But after some work, Miracle Meg, you can see that several of the children, actually many of the children, have been corralled by one of the pirates who is telling them a lovely, soothing tale and seems to be very good at holding their attention. What does Miracle Meg see when she looks at this pirate?
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm asking tough to describe, Lorf.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I don't know what I see.
Are you asking me? I didn't make this
A bunch of
character.
kids and a pirate. I don't know what you want. Yeah, probably. I think Lorf is dressed very like almost too simply. Like it's almost weird that there's no like extra anything. They're trying to look as plain as possible, but Lorf is very pretty. Very long, flowing dark hair, gorgeous, striking eyes, like nice high cheekbones. But they're trying not to draw that sort of attention to themselves. So that's Lorf. They're pretty and simple.
Yes. And you do stand out a bit, although you have integrated yourself with the crew remarkably quickly. You do stand out because the Red Pirate Robin's crew is quite successful. And so they do have a tendency to wear their booty, okay, in the historical sense. Big hoop earrings and medallions made of pirate gold and all that kind of stuff to reflect the successful career they've had under the captainage of the Red Pirate, whereas Lorf is unadorned. Cool. Well, you're all aboard ship. What happens?
I dry myself off and I see what I can do to help out with the sailing of the ship. I don't know what I would do to help though. Now that I think about it, other than help with the kids, yeah, try to corral them. Perhaps.
I'm running around and I am trying to give all the pirates my knot tying knowledge.
Cool. All right, you get
Can
to roll knot tying.
Okay. So I'm trying to impress the pirate right now, okay? And we're like, they have to tie knots. And I'm like, oh, I know how to do this. And I'm going to roll knot tying to see if I look cool.
Is that a sheep's head? I would do a double something.
Terrible news.
Oh no.
Like I don't think I could have rolled. I got a 4.
Whoa!
So I'm gonna try to tie knots, and I'm trying to impress this guy, and I got a 4.
Yeah,
that's less than terrible.
Yeah, that is literally the worst you can possibly get. Yeah.
Did you unravel like an important knot on the ship or something?
No, I think it's the other. I think it's that you tie all the knots. Around yourself. So you like, here, look, I'll show you. It's really easy. And then you get your finger trapped. You're like, oh, well, actually, all you have to do is like reverse that. And like, the rabbit comes out of its hole and it goes around the tree and then it gets scared by the fox and it dies. Oh, wait, now my whole arm is tied up. Wait, no, I've got it. It's fine. You have effectively lashed yourself to a mast.
Oh, no.
Created a Gordian knot.
There? It's like, you've done this to yourself. Deuces.
Right. Deuces bing bong. It's going to take some time for even the most skilled knot artisan. I don't know what knot maker, knot tire, knot people. They are people. Pirates are people. Don't get me wrong. Whatever. The guys are going to be now further distracted by the need to unlash Miracle Meg from where she had tied herself to via
I
rigging.
messed up. Help me.
Yes.
Right.
Just hanging there. Okay, cool. Simon, you are schmoozing.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a song for the kids to keep them keep them distracted, but also sing a song about the importance of keep being attentive out on a boat and doing your jobs.
Cool. So, Lorif, as you are holding the attention of these children quite capably by yourself without a man's help, a man comes up behind you and pulls out a lute and said, "Hey, kids, if you want some real entertainment." Ba-ba. So, how does that go for you, Simon?
Sorry, I completely forgot. ADHD. Sorry.
It's okay. This is gonna be
wait a second. It's 10 plus something.
because I think that when you do that, I think Lorf takes it as a challenge and also starts singing
Yep.
to keep the kids'
Okay.
attention.
But it's unfortunately mediocre.
Yeah. So this dude, who, by the way, looks like a boy band member. Floppy golden hair, just kind of like carelessly handsome, the artfully dirty shirt, open an extra couple of buttons that is completely unnecessary. That guy, right? Constantly like flipping his hair back, to like just get it cut or wear a hat, bro. So that is what it is. So yes, now Lorf, this Rube has apparently challenged you, has not only implied that your storytelling is insufficient to entertain and hold the attention of children, but is now trying to out-sing you?
Yeah, what? Excuse you? Who do you think you are?
Look, I'm an amazing singer. I'm great at this.
I'm also great at this, so that's
Are we going to engage in a singing battle? Because I'll do that.
that's a 16. That's a great.
Yeah.
No, I lost. How
Yeah.
did I lose on an 11?
So yeah, you start playing, Simon. And I mean it's okay. But Lorf, you know the song. I would say you probably know the song better. And this is some sort of like basic version of the song where like the strumming of the lute or whatever instrument you're playing is just the melody, and you know all the chords. So you start picking it up. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna play together, and then just like bang, you hit him with all the consonants and dissonance and the other musical stuff I don't know, and then you start really actually singing, and then you go back to the beginning and sing the first verse with the actual words that it's supposed to be. It changes the meaning a little bit. Simon,
I start shrinking as I realize I'm being
Yeah.
outdone here.
yeah, you literally came in and was like, "Hey, little lady, let me show you how it's done," and yikes. So
Well-
cool. But I will say this, Simon. Lorf is very well versed
Mm.
in such things, and does an extremely good job. You have heard performances of similar caliber, but they have not been in taverns or in the longhouse town halls of little settlements. This is courtly. This is someone who has traveled the world. You are fairly certain. Excellent. Red Pirate Robbins, what you doing?
I would like to use like my shady contact skills and like try to just get my crew like in the know what they need to know and try to
Okay.
make sure I'm not getting mutinied later on.
Yeah, and to kind of like report out on like things that you uncovered while you were listening at doors, while you were in the castle, and give them orders, and get caught up on all the business of pirating. Cool. Make a roll.
Ooh, what is that? 14 plus 1. That is good.
Good.
I got
Yeah.
a good result.
Yep. It is. I mean, a number of people are a little bit like, okay, well, what's actually going on? Because this is super weird. But yes, you were able to convince them that it's all part of your secret Red Pirate plans, and to not question you. And you're able to provide them with, I got the time when that wool shipment is going to be crossing around the Horn in a couple of weeks, and we'll be able to raid it no problem. And I even convinced the king to look the other way. So we don't have to wait. So you're able to report back and rebuild some of the confidence of your crew. There's still a few detractors, but there always are. So yeah, I think after the I don't know, slam poetry contest or whatever is going on over there, and after half the crew spends an hour trying to get Miracle Meg out of the
I'm
nested
stuck.
knots, to the braying of Mish in the background, who finds it hilarious.
She's probably making it worse. She's probably behind me, like eating knots and tying them more.
Right, yeah. Actually, that's what helps, is that the guys are just like, I don't know what to do with this. And then Mish just comes over and starts eating through the ropes.
Yeah. Thanks, Mish.
Mish, you're a loyal steed. So, yeah, what happens?
We set sail.
Yes, you set sail into the Straits of Sadness. This is a place that wise pirates never venture because it's a real bummer, basically. It's just kind of like, it's very mid as straits go.
That's why we brought the kids, though, so that we could have the innocent joy of happy kidness, and then that'll help us get through.
Yes, well, the few people who have survived the Straits of Sadness have come back very, very sad, and have reported that the seas themselves seem to deceive the senses, and they have reported strange islands, moving islands, in fact, that are designed to confuse the navigational abilities of even the most skilled and seasoned sea dog. So you are going into danger. The danger of being sunk, danger of being lost forever, is real and present. So what do you do?
Maybe we shouldn't have brought the kids.
Well, I mean, look, you're going to the island of dread. It's in the name, but it's too late now.
Don't doubt
All right,
yourself,
well.
Meg. This was clearly
Okay.
the right way.
I'm really
Okay.
confused on what these guys are doing.
You're right.
It's like, we're going on a
It's probably
horribly
fine.
dangerous journey for a horrible, horrible man to do something that maybe isn't all that great. Let's bring kids along.
We had to save them from the forest.
Mm-hmm. Where they were not doing great, but they weren't in a boat on the Straits of Sadness. It's fine.
Yeah, but at least someone knows their names now.
Yes,
You know?
it's true. So cool. What are people doing to attempt to cross the Straits of Sadness?
Make
I
sure
would like-
Simon is tied to a rope so he doesn't fall overboard, because Red Pirate Robbins is assuming that's going to happen.
Super duper
Also-
important. Yes.
I would like to do the knots on that. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you
I
can
wanna
redeem
make-
yourself.
I know I could try, but then what if my knots are bad? Then Simon might fall into the ocean.
Yeah.
But I really would like to. I'd like to try to make potions of some sort that might help us get through like the sadness.
Okay.
You know, like some
Smart.
some depression meds. You know, like
Yeah.
Some antidepressants.
yeah, antidepressant
Potions of
drinks.
Prozac.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have invented vodka.
Or that.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, my potions didn't turn out, but I've got some brownies that might help.
Yeah, right. Those are
Has-
Plan B.
They're little
Has
gummies,
Red-
but literally only eat a quarter of one.
Yeah, otherwise, look out.
Yes.
was
Would that
just
be
wondering if I
medicine or
noticed that.
herbalist?
Um,
Oh, sorry, Kels.
No, you're good.
I think if you're trying to counteract a human emotion, it's medicine.
Okay.
Yes, Red Pirate.
I was just saying, has the captain caught on that there's a stowaway? Lore?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a vigilance and observation?
All right. What's that? 13. Fair. I got fair.
I think you, when you, particularly with the singing, I think in that moment where Lorf was performing, I think everyone kind of stopped because it was extremely well done. But I would say you likewise are not quite sure where you've seen her before, but you know you have. So I think amidst all the hustle and bustle, you just assume that it's fine. But you certainly can have a conversation with Lorf if you wanted to. Kind of like I know you, but I don't remember you being on the boat. If you'd
I
like.
think what I'd like to do is ask Lucy to try to get some like information and like just buddy up. It's like Lucy, just this is gonna be your new friend for the whenever she's on the boat.
Okay.
Just be by her side.
Okay. So Lorf, this little blonde child comes
Yeah.
over and then starts
See,
captain
we're already
said-
using them as
I
spies.
know. The captain said that I'm supposed to watch you and be your
great.
friend
Yeah. Lovely.
and
Paranoid.
tell her everything that you say. You know, like friends do.
Lucy, you're not supposed to say all that.
She's like 6.
She hasn't been to school yet, okay?
I know,
She
that's
hasn't
right.
been to criminal school yet.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. So now Lorf, you have this small child who is has put on a little fedora and has a little flip notebook and a stubby pencil, just noting everything that you do. That's fine. You're
I
cool.
got a 16 on my antidepressant
Yes.
attempt.
Yes. You make some happy juice.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
A
Simon
fairly
volunteers.
good amount.
Simon volunteers for the happy juice.
To try it.
As a test.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, try this, Simon. See if it works, okay?
Okay.
Be
I take
honest
a-
with me about your emotions.
I take a quarter of a gummy bear as instructed on the package.
Yes. Yes. Well, for the time being, your vanity fades.
Oh.
Like everything that you do, which is a lot of what you do, to put on a show, to create the air of confidence. You know, vanity often comes from insecurity. Although it manifests
Right.
itself as confidence and self-concern, it's often more tied to questions about one's own self-worth. That
Right.
concern, that sadness is lifted
Oh.
for a time being.
Wow. It's like I feel like myself for the first time ever. Ah. I feel more real now than I ever have.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's good. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Miracle Meg. You're such a wonderful person, and you're so very kind.
Okay.
And I
So
appreciate
it
this.
might be too good. Okay. All right. Great. Thanks for trying it out for me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
As you said.
So I'm going to rename this as the potion of kind of extra.
Too much.
Yeah, that's fine. So yes, at least for this portion of the trip, Simon, you can choose to act out or make choices on the basis of this newfound freedom from your insecurity. Cool.
I like this.
And then, and there might even be someone whose toes you stepped on that you might want to apologize to. Anyway, cool. So, is Miracle Meg, are you also trying to redeem yourself on the knot tying by tying Simon up so he doesn't fall off the boat?
Yeah, but I probably should have supervision. So I'm gonna tell the guy that I messed up the knot with before, I'm gonna be like, okay, for real this time, come here. I'm gonna show you, okay? Just supervise me.
Sure.
Okay. And I go to tie a knot.
Yes.
And I get a 13.
Okay. Which is fair.
That's fair.
It's fair.
I'll
I mean,
take it.
Yeah, it's okay. You didn't tie him to the anchor and then drop anchor, right? So
Well, that's good.
We'll see if Simon being bound to a rope becomes important, how well it holds, but it's not a debacle like the first try.
Okay.
So you're demonstrating improvement.
Have I at least earned just the tiniest bit of respect back? All
All
right.
right. I'm gonna go and apologize to Lorf because I feel like it's important at this time. And I sidle up. It's like, sorry about earlier. I just felt like I don't know. I felt like I was the only one that could do a good job at what you were clearly already doing very well. And it, it wounds me to think that I was so improper and so unkind to you. Uh, sorry, what was your name?
I'm Lorf.
Oh, nice. Nice to meet you, Lorf. I'm Simon.
Nice to
Anyway,
meet you too.
oh, thank you so much for helping with the children.
Thank
And then-
you for apologizing for not helping with the children.
I thank you very much. And I just kind of turn around and just go on in kind of like in a daze, like just very happily just trotting off. I guess tied up.
Yeah.
It's
And
very
you try,
fortunate
try
I'm
until
tied
you
up.
until you're at the end of your leash, and then you kind of bounce back, which distracts you from the basic bro that comes out of Lorf. Great. So who is navigating?
I mean, me.
Okay. I think
It's my
you should.
boat.
Yeah, I think you should probably navigate.
Is that going to be area knowledge or?
That's about the best you got. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You have not been across the Straits of Sadness. Yeah, I'm gonna say you know the general direction, but we'll see if you know more than you think you do.
This seems important. So maybe I should use my grandpa weight because I rolled a 5. So I'd like to use my grandpa weight
Okay.
if that's okay.
So we flash back to the bedroom. One of the older kids who had been like, "Hey everyone, go upstairs. Grandpa's gonna tell you stories." One of the older kids was like, "Stories are for babies. I'm gonna go to my room and play my Switch or whatever." But has been attracted by the laughing and and the oh no kind of stuff coming from the other younger siblings, and has now come in the room. And so Grandpa is like, well, they spent many, many months traveling up and down the coast of Ferris, and they got caught in a whirlpool. Like going into the whole this is probably like the second third of the entire book, and the kids and then Red Pirate Robin says, or sorry, the Kelly, one of the grandchildren says, but wait, Grandpa, this is really boring. Can we just skip to the part where they actually find themselves at the Straits versus all this stuff? And so Grandpa's like, yeah, sure. And then just like flips a bunch of pages, like several chapters. Nope, they're still on the ocean. Nope, still going. And it's like, and then they hit the, okay, back a couple of pages. The morning dawned. The sky was leaden. It was difficult to see where the sea ended and the sky began. It was a claustrophobic feeling, like you knew you were out in this boundless expanse of the sea, but it also felt like it was close around you in like your own little bubble of silence. And the group knew that they had arrived at the greatly feared Straits of Sadness. You could feel the oppressive nature around you. And I think everyone kind of like is a little bummed out, but mostly because you just spent 3 months aimlessly wandering around. So arriving at the Straits of Sadness is a bit of a letdown. Like you were hoping for like, okay, gnashing teeth and rocks and sea serpents. And it's just like, it's kind of foggy. So everyone's just kind of like grumpy. What happens?
I should give everyone some happy go juice.
Oh, Simon jumps at the chance for that.
Yeah, like, oh man, it's really dreary. Everything sucks here, guys. Let's start this leg of the journey with some happy juice.
So are you going to distribute the last? Because I think you probably have had to do a little bit of morale support over the past several months.
Yeah,
Are you
but
going to
just everybody
distribute the
gets a drop
last
kind
of
of
the?
thing.
Because and the gummies are all like runny. There's lots of lint
Yeah.
and crap on
Aw.
them.
We're just like licking wax paper at this point.
Yeah. So you
Do the best we can, kids.
dole out the last of the pocket gummies to everyone to kind of bolster their spirits, and it's enough to get everyone kind of back in the game. So you forge ahead into the straits. Who would like to give me a vigilance and observation?
I
Just real quick, Meg, are we bringing the kids?
They're already on the
I
boat.
think I think they should stay on the boat though, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't found somewhere to drop them off in the past 3 months.
No, there have
No.
been like some weird birthday parties aboard sea. Miracle Meg
Yeah.
has tested her ability to make birthday cakes out of hardtack.
Yeah. They were all right.
Yeah.
It could have gone worse.
But the good news is some of the kids really have learned a lot.
Ah.
That's good. Yeah. And Lucy probably's learned a ton about being a spy. So that's good.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh
point.
gosh.
Is Lucy still gonna come with it? Or can we take select children?
Ooh,
Can
yeah,
we
let's
take-
bring Lucy.
That
Can we
was
bring
that was
Lucy
a
and like
dec-
Jerome or something?
That was a decision to make when you embarked on this journey that all 13 kids are aboard.
No, I know, but I was saying we could leave some of them at the ship and then take 2 of them with us into.
Oh, sure. But you have to
I
cross
mean,
you have to cross the
good.
Straits of Sadness first. You may not make it.
Oh, we're
Oh,
not at the
straight
isle.
to water.
Oh, God, no.
thing?
No.
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 You have just now, after 3 months, found the Straits of Sadness. You've been wandering aimlessly for 17 chapters of the book. It was a lot of
This is a
character
Kelly-
development. It was a lot of like relationship exploration. There's like full chapters of flashbacks into the backstory of every single main character and all that good stuff. And we just skipped it because the kids are like, yeah, we're not there.
That was
Get to the
a
action.
fulfilling thing. Let's skip that. Forget
Yeah.
about it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, the kids are a little bit older. One of them has an eye patch for no reason.
Nice.
So yes, and Simon has fashioned some stilts and is trying to teach some of the children to stilt walk because that's a thing you
Oh
can do.
Jesus.
And you have only almost fallen in 3 times, but thank goodness thus far
I was-
that not
I
has
was
held.
roped up.
Yes.
I was
Now
roped up.
we're circus pirates.
So as you cross into the boundary of the Straits
Oh,
of
now I
Sadness,
roll good. Sorry, I rolled stilts. I think I got great.
Oh yeah, you're doing really good on the stilts. Cool. So who would like to give me a vigilance observation?
Well, seeing as
Um,
that I'm not very good with this area, who wants to help here?
Like, I can do it. I'll be keeping an eye
I
out.
got a 12. I got a 13. That's just fair though.
How about Lorf?
Mediocre.
15, so a good.
Okay, yeah. So Miracle Meg like notices it like a few times, like out of the corner of your eye. You think you see movement, but then when you turn, there's nothing there. Lorf, however, sees. Oh wait, is that an island? And then the mist will blow, and you'll look back, and there's nothing there. And then, oh wait, is that another island? You're fairly certain. It's almost like you're entering into like a tributary in the fog, where you're starting to see little bits of land here and there. You start to become concerned that the ship is going to run aground.
Captain, we might need to stop. I think we're getting close to land.
Red Pirate Robbins, you look
Drop
around.
anchor.
Yeah, you look around and you don't see anything other than the roiling of the silvery mist.
Sorry, I was getting water.
worries.
Let's see. Can I do like Let me see here. Would this be like streetwise or wits?
It'd be travel wise.
Travel wise? Oh no. Okay.
Well, hey, you at least you have it, right?
Fair.
Yeah, it's better than the average person.
Um, poor.
Oh, I think, yeah, I think your instinct is,
Wait. Do we have any minor boons? 'Cause I can boost it by 1, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I do that, it will be mediocre.
cool.
That'd be significantly better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Use minor moon, and Sin's just dropping. She's dropping the heat in. Banes and boons left and right. Thanks, Sin. Cool. So yeah, you get up to mediocre. You at first think, that's crazy, but then you're like, well, I don't know. On the off chance, like, how much do I want to risk scuttling my boat? So yes, you order all stop, furl the sails, drop anchor on the off chance. So good job.
Yeah.
And it seems like it happened just in time because you can feel a thud against the hull of your ship. Kind of a grinding moan as the ship bumps against something hard in the water.
Hmm. Um,
And then the singing begins.
oh no. Would this be vigilant and observation
Sure,
rolls?
sure.
Okay.
I mean, everyone hears it.
Like maybe I can figure out what it is
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a 12, a fair roll.
I will say this. I say, when you feel that thud, you
Yeah.
look over the side, and you can see objects in the water moving, but there's enough mist and distance in this kind of gray light that you're not able to identify what they are. But you definitely know that there's something in the water moving. And then, yes, you hear it's kind of a mournful blooping. It's like if I mean, think whale song, but like emo.
Sad whale hours.
Right. Right.
Where
So,
are you?
My chemical blowhole.
yeah, right. My chemical hole. Exactly. It's just like everyone remembers, like every time they have approached a conversation or a person in good faith and with good attempt and an open heart, and then your advances were rebuffed. And it's like going back to childhood when, someone who was a favored playmate didn't want to play with you anymore, or you met someone and tried to make friends with them and they didn't like you, maybe because of your station in life, and then they were a little bit anti-snobbery about it. And your first fumbling attempts at romance where you fell in love and kept it secret, and eventually work up the courage to express your feelings, and the other person doesn't feel the same way, and maybe they're nice about it, which somehow makes it worse. Like, you're just like, this is all just like wells up within you, this feeling of loneliness, and with this undertone of rejection.
Some intense whale noises. My goodness.
Isn't that right?
Are the gummies helping at all?
This is through the gummies.
Oh no!
We should have saved them.
Yeah. I go back to the boat and start fiercely cooking. I'm like, we're gonna need more of this.
Okay, well, I mean, Miracle
They're
Mag,
singing really whale.
yeah, right. God. So Miracle Mag, you can certainly try.
Dude,
I'm
yes,
going-
I will because I got a 17 and then I add 3. That's 20.
I'm gonna
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna reduce the degree of success of any task that you attempt while you are under the influence of this.
Oh no.
But that still is pretty good. I mean, you are nothing if not a miracle worker. That's still a great success, right? It goes from superb to great.
Yeah.
Cool. So yes,
Well, because it was 20. So if you take down, if you go down one, it's great.
yeah. So it's still a great success. You're able to push through the sadness and begin to manufacture some more of this stuff. It will be a moment, like this stuff doesn't just like appear, but you
Right.
are able to get focused, maybe go below decks where you just, the singing is muffled by the hull to focus on the task at hand. So a remedy is on the way. But as you know, the effect is, and this is an effect that's happening even though everyone has taken the dregs.
Right.
Of-
I'm just worried about what's going to happen once we're off the drugs. That's why I want to make more.
Yes. What are other people doing?
I'm talking with Red Pirate Robbins because I'm, my vanity and my basically my walls are down, but I'm also getting very sad, and I start just kind of talking maybe at Red Pirate Robbins about about my childhood. It's like, yeah, when I was growing up, my parents were very noble, but they became very ill, and I was expected to take up the knighthood, but I never did. I left before I did that, and just like trauma dumping onto Red Pirate Robin.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what to do about this, and I just can't stop thinking about it right now.
And you can tell that kind of dynamic is very common among the crew. You can see a few people kind of doing the same kind of offloading that Simon is doing, as everyone is, those memories are very present. Every way that you've been let down or let down others, every time life has failed to meet expectations. Red Pirate, what are you doing?
Can Red Pirate Robbins respond with, "Well, as I always say to my crew, best way to get over those feelings is by killing," and I'd like to hand her crossbow, and my thought is maybe Red Pirate Robbins is not thinking this is good singing, and she's a pirate, she's on water. This is where she does her hunting.
Yeah, I think that Red Pirate Robbins has built up a lot of defense mechanisms against this kind of emotional vulnerability. So the fact that you feel it probably makes you very angry. The fact that your emotions are being manipulated, the fact that you have all these memories in your head for when life was simpler and you weren't as much in control, and the only option left to you is to lash out. So what do you do with your crossbow?
I think, warning shot, shoot next to the thing in the water I see.
Okay, yeah, there's a number of, now you can see there's a number of kind of green. They look a lot like small islands. Maybe about the size of your ship. So they're quite large, but for islands, they're very small. And they seem to be, it's weird. You can't quite tell, is the ship moving and they're still, or are they moving around the ship? It's very disorienting, but you also can see those, that movement in the water. So you have not like a clear target, but you can certainly fire at a source of movement in the water.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say she's just trying to see if it'll change direction or just respond to in some way.
Use your crossbow.
Sorry, I dropped my dice.
If I recall correctly.
So I take the middle, which is 3 plus 2, so 5.
Well, you gotta roll.
Oh, roll what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Would this be aerial lift?
I think you're let's just say you're good at it.
Okay. So let's take that same roll. So that's 7, 9 to 11, mediocre.
Oh, mediocre. Cool. Go ahead and roll damage anyway, and we'll see
Yep.
what happens.
So 5 plus 2 is 7 damage.
Okay, so you're having a hard time. And like maybe you loose a few shots into the water, but whatever is below it's hard to get a fix on, and it don't seem to be making effect. So the only clear target you have is these kind of floating islands. So you just decide to fire a shot at one of those, and what you hear is a twang as the crossbow bolt deflects off of, kind of almost like a hollow twanging sound as it deflects off the surface of one of these islands, and then fires into the water at a different angle. And then you hear some splashing, and then oh, that hurts. Why are you shooting us?
What? Who said
Someone
that?
shot me. Who shot you? I don't know. Someone on that boat. It really hurts. It stings the dickens.
No. Is there anyone else around me who's reacting to
I mean,
this?
everyone, except for a Miracle Meg who is busy making happy potion or happy gummies down in the hold. Everyone is hearing all this.
Did Simon or Worf want to
The swirling of the apparent motion of the little islands, they seem to all kind of cluster over in one area, and you can see those figures underneath the water kind of head over that general area too. It's quite close. I mean, it's probably 30 feet from your ship, and then you can see a figure crawl out of the ocean onto one of these islands. It is a mermaid.
Oh.
But a little different from the mermaids that you're familiar. The whole idea of mermaids is that they're super beautiful women and ooh, secret fish bottom. And they lure sailors into the water with their beautiful song. This is like that, only reverse the halves.
Okay.
So it's
That's-
like fish from the navel up, and then like human legs.
It seems really hard to swim with.
Well, they do have arms, and they do have fins. Like they have kind of flippery feet and like webs between their hands. But yeah, like probably like the worst combination. So not very good at swimming and not very good at luring sailors to their doom because of the whole like, these are not aerial is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, unless Simon or Lorth want to step up, I would say Red Pirate Robbins, after 3 months, knows that Simon's pretty good at negotiating and maybe Meg's good at schmoozing, and maybe just says, do any of y'all have better words than I do in this moment?
Oh my God, they almost got me in the gill. Here, let me look at it.
I didn't know they could talk.
There's a group of 5 or 6 of them, and then lifting out of the water from the edge of one of these islands is a big head with like a hooked beak and big kind of blinky eyes that kind of and looks back and kind of cocks one of those eyes at the fish people.
Simon's pretty frightened at this time, but he doesn't do well with monsters, to be perfectly honest. Simon turns to Laura and says, "What are we gonna do? I think they're gonna eat us."
Eat us? I think they're gonna start singing again. Maybe
that's not good either.
Did
maybe
you hear
we
what
just
they said?
need
They said
to
that we're gonna eat them.
No,
See
we
what
just
I
need to
mean?
teach them a new song because
See
you know
what I
that great
mean?
song that we were singing the other day.
They think we eat people. This is why we don't hang out with people from the land or the other mermaids. They're just so judgmental.
At this moment, because I'm on gummies right now, I start to feel awful, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. What I said out of fear. We're not familiar with this area. I apologize for what I said to you, my friend."
Ooh. Give me a heart roll.
I think that's good.
It is.
It's not bad. Sorry, let me get the sheet out. It's good. Good is +2. All right. Big time heart. 16, which is what? Is that great?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
My first good roll.
as Simon strides, an errant strides up to the prow of the ship, stands, like this, maybe flexes a little bit, an errant gust of wind, a little shifting in the clouds to create another perfect sunbeam with the floppy golden hair, and then speaks from his heart about his regret for having offended these creatures. It has a definite effect. The ones that were patting the one that got shot, kind of like, "You're okay." They leap in and they swim over, and now there's just a whole bunch of them, fishy heads sticking up out of the water. He's really pretty. Yeah, he is.
Oh, why, thank you. That's awfully kind of you to say.
Oh, yeah. So talk more about like how sorry you are and stuff.
Oh, right. I just felt like I felt like you didn't deserve such unkind words, and I was just scared because what is it? Your song, though beautiful, causes everyone to be just so sad. I assume that was you, wasn't it?
Well, it's sad out here in the ocean by ourselves. We can't go live in the mermaid city because they laugh at us there. And then people from the land come in and think that we eat people. So we kind of just have to hang out. It's really only the giant turtles or the TOUSs that are like, will just like hang out with us, and everyone else just like doesn't seem to want us around.
Oh, okay.
How do you guys feel about kids?
They immediately begin kind of a very beautiful and harmonic kind of wailing, and that sense of loneliness and sadness washes over from them.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, no one would ever love one of us, so we don't get to get married and have kids.
Oh.
Oh my God, these kids that we found in the forest would love you guys.
Yeah, the good news is most of the kids are too short for them to see, but the little kids are like, no. No. They're looking through the little slits and going, those things are gross. What are you talking about?
Can I offer them gummies?
Well, maybe you just need a shift in perspective. And
Yeah.
my friend's gummies are great for that.
Why would we trust it? I mean, you're real pretty and stuff, but why would we trust anything you people have to say? You were just talking about how we're cannibals.
Well, first of all, I'd like to point out that I was not saying that because I was making these bomb gummies that you should totally try.
And technically, it's
And
not
then-
cannibalism. We're different species.
Yeah, and I
Thanks
pop
for
one in my
reminding us that
mouth.
we don't fit in anywhere.
I pop one in my mouth to prove to them that they're good and not poison.
I think they aren't convinced.
Dang it.
I mean, I
if
think
I
they're
schmoo-
convinced that it's not harmful to you. I just don't think that they go, okay, cool, we'll eat a bunch of stuff from a bunch of strangers.
What if I schmooze them?
You can try.
Okay.
Um,
All right, bad news. It's not as bad as before. It's mediocre. I got a 10.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think they decide that it's like they don't make a hard and fast decision that you're trying to kill them, but they also are just like,
but they're like, we don't want your drugs.
yeah,
Okay,
they're
that's
not
fine.
down for it.
They'd be a lot happier if they did.
You said something about singing a song?
Yeah, I think what you need is a shift in perspective, actually. Like things did cause you to become sad, and you did start singing that song. But maybe if you sang a happier song, and then maybe
Well, we
that would
don't
make.
know any happy songs.
Well,
Well,
we can teach you.
I've been writing one for 3 months. I could teach you one. All right, I'll do it. All right,
I feel like the 3 months is my fault.
all right.
It's
I-
totally your fault. It's the
So,
it's
yeah.
the author of the book's fault who needed to meet a certain page count for their contract, so they threw in all this Game of Thrones esque drama into the middle of what was supposed to be a kid's book.
So I wrote a song for this already. So
Yes.
here we go. I don't know if you can hear the guitar, but here.
Yeah.
Oh, we can.
As fine as a rose, sweeter than prose, you're the one that my heart chose. You ennoble this knave, you make the weak brave, you're the sweetest salvation, and my soul you saved. Who in heaven sent you? A miraculous angel, of course. The only thing I know that's true, you're the center of love at its source. Who sent you? Who sent you? You can stay or you can depart. Who sent you? Who sent you? Please stay. You can live in my heart. There you go.
All the
Yay!
That was amazing.
Thank you.
these big dinner plate sized fishy eyes. You can just see tears leaking
Oh.
out. We cut to the bedroom and we see from a couple of the kids, and then we cut back into the scene.
Aww.
And something about the, not so much the playing or the performance, but the intent, the sincerity behind, and the acceptance and the unconditional regard inherent in the song has a magic of its own. There's a whiffling of the mists. They clear a little bit so that you can see more and more of these silvery fish heads kind of poking up out of the water to partake in this song. You can see that all the islands raise their big turtle necks out of the water and kind of sway to the tune. And there's a ripple through the mermaids. And they begin to change. They begin to transform. You can see a few of them leap up. And instead of those strange, awkward human arms, they now have glorious, shining fins. And instead of those useless, flippered human legs, they have strong, powerful tails. Whatever it was that had cursed these creatures to exist, holding on to what others thought of as the most beautiful, they have accepted their truth. They're fish, and fish are beautiful.
Aww.
So they revert to their natural form. They, with one final chorus of not really words, but sentiment. Thank you. And then dive into the depths. A couple of the turtles will swim to either side of the ship and then just begin slowly paddling forward. Sails still furled, but they will carry you through a day and a night until you break out of the silvery mists and can see the shore of the Isle of Dread in front of you. With one last kind of regard, they too sink into the depths and go back to their natural habitat. So well done.
Hooray!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh.
The power of song has won again.
Yes. Excellent. So, what happens? Oh, I should describe the Isle of Dread. It is
Please.
dreadful.
Aww.
It is covered in a forest, but the forest is all scraggly and like there's a few leaves. Like it would be better if all the trees were bare, but
Oh,
like just
yeah.
the few leaves here and there just make it look really super depressing and awful. You can hear coming from the land just strange hoots and cries and the occasional crashing of something large. You can tell from what you can see is just this narrow strip of black kind of rock with little bits of broken pebbles here and there, and then immediately becomes this just kind of scrubby, brambly undergrowth that works its way into this oppressive forest. You can smell the smell of swamp, just stagnant water, rotting vegetation. And then rising above the center of the island is a bare, craggy peak, its tips wreathed in fog and cloud. It doesn't seem to be a particularly nice place.
Doesn't appear to be a place for horses, with all the brambles and whatnot.
Well, we need Mish, right?
No, Misha would be helpful. Yes.
Niche. You want me to go get her?
Look, I don't want to bring that horse on the boat again over the water. He's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
can-
Misha
we
will
can-
come with me anyway.
We see the long neck of that horse kind of pop out of a porthole and look at you like, yeah. Like if it could do this with its hooves, it would do this. Like I've been biding my time. Mish looks just like Mish, but at some point someone made a tricorn hat for Mish, so the donkey ears poke out.
Oh.
Mish is now Admiral Mish,
Yeah.
Terror of the Seven Seas. Yes.
It's part of our crafting.
Yeah.
I think Red Pirate Robin's already talking to Meg about maybe bringing some of the kids with us. Decides maybe it's best to ask the kids if they want to go, because this should be by their own choice and not forced upon them, because this is maybe too scary. But
No,
if first
No,
goes to
they're
Lucy.
kids. They don't get free will. No, I'm just
Well,
I'm sure Lucy will want to come though.
We're their parents. We have to make the right choice for them. And the choices for them all go into the island of death.
No.
Oh no, they
Just Lucy.
they all want
definitely
to.
think there's Lucy.
They all want off this boat. They
Okay,
were
they want
anticipating
to?
a
Well,
little
then
boat
let's
ride,
go.
and they thought it was fun. They've been scrubbing the poop deck. Like the poop deck jokes lasted about 3 days, and then when they
Yeah.
realized it's just work, they are super antsy and ready to
They can come with
go
us, and that's
run through. They don't care what kind of forest it is. They just want off this darn boat.
We just
Yeah.
traded them one forest for another.
Well,
Right.
then in that case, we have to
Yeah.
get a rope that makes sure they all hold on to the rope so we don't lose them.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we'll tie the rope to Misha.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and me, because you never know.
Nothing will spook Mish and pull all the kids.
No,
Into the forest. Don't worry about it.
We'll tie Misha to me. It's fine. It'll work out. Don't worry.
right.
We're definitely fine. Everything.
Okay,
Sure.
we'll tie the kids to me, and then I'll ride Misha, or I'll
Okay,
hang out
that
with
makes more
Misha.
sense. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Sure.
Michael's like, none of this makes sense. You
It's fine. It's fine.
It's all ridiculous.
It's fine. It's fine.
You keep saying this makes sense, but
You just want to tie
I don't
more
think that
knots.
word means what you think it means.
You've been right. You keep saying
The
this
kids are
makes
our
sense.
plot
I don't think think something's being lost in translation. Yeah, go ahead and give me a knot tying roll, Megs. Let's see how much you've learned in the past 3 months of practicing.
Dude,
every
I bet you
single
I'm gonna
day.
be so good at knots.
You're gonna be the best.
Or maybe
Okay, well, it's a poor knot. It's an 8.
Oh.
I should get my pride dice back out. This is going terrible.
I know, right? You shouldn't have switched dice.
I don't know why I did that.
Never
So
switch dice.
you try to tie rope to yourself and then hand it to the kids, but somehow you wind up like tying the kids to each other. So there's like a general melee, and she's standing on my foot. Ow, he pulled my hair. So there's as you are pulling into what passes for, I think you're probably skirting the shore, trying to find a place that, if not safe, is at least possible.
Like an entry point.
Put the boats out. It's just a general kind of fracas as you wind up accidentally like Jacob's laddering the kids together, and they aren't having it. But eventually you're able to get yourself loose. Maybe you weren't meant to be a pirate there.
Instead of tying it to them, I just tell them all to grab it and don't let go. We'll deal with the knots later.
Yeah, and it's like that makes a lot more sense, actually.
As long as they hold on. Some of them, though. You never know.
So everyone's like, I'm really glad that you figured that out. It's fine. It's fine.
Most of
So
them are
yes,
probably-
but how are we just gonna like jump over and swim? Dario and Oscar are like, yeah, let's swim.
Oh, I thought we would take like a rowboat or whatever.
Yeah, one of those dinghy thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the sight of or the prospect of walking on solid ground again, a few kids laugh at Dingy. She's a dinghy.
But yeah, we'll take 2 ships or
Yeah.
2 dinghies, whatever.
Yeah. So you load Mish and some of the kids in one, and the rest of you and some more kids in the other. So yeah, I assume, Lorf, that you're coming along.
Yeah.
Anyone have any problems with that?
I would like to ask Tuff, has the Lorf gotten to know any of the 3 of us over these last 3 months?
I think Lorf has not been interacting with Red Pirate Robins very much because
Okay.
they're worried
Yeah.
that you'll realize that they were never part of your crew. But I think that they maybe have warmed up a little bit more to Simon after the apology, and have probably chatted with Miracle Meg a little bit. Just
Yeah, because we're
here and
probably
there.
both working with the kids.
Yeah, because we're both keeping an eye on the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe Red Pirate Robin will say that. Oh, you're gonna help watch Lucy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
then-
watching Lucy.
And then
The
you
other way
wink
around
and-
or anything.
Yeah, Lucy, who is like smoking a cigarette underneath a lamppost watching this whole thing, and kind of gives you a thumbs up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
not
on it,
there
boss.
yet.
Oh, Lucy is in every dark corner watching everything.
Oh, man.
Smoking a
They're
pipe
always
and
so
just
good.
go-
We take them to business school and they just get so good at it so fast.
Yes. Miracle Mag.
Yes.
During the 3-month sojourn, you have had plenty of time to interact with and observe Lorf. So would you give me a research and inquiry?
Yes. Research and inquiry for me is not
Yeah.
great. All right.
Oh, it's fair. It's a +1.
Well, that's not bad. I went back to the pride dice and I'm getting a 12, which is a fair.
Okay. I think you know 2 things. So Lorf has told a story about being a farmhand and things like that, and has demonstrated, because you know some farm lore too,
Yes.
right? So has
Yeah, I'm
demonstrated.
good with farm lore.
Yes, has demonstrated that they know as much as you do about farm lore, and may even have more practical knowledge than you do. So that part,
That's impressive.
you have definitely learned that and confirmed that. You are also certain that Lorf is not a farmhand. You don't
No,
know.
because I feel like she is too knowledgeable and well-rounded to just be what she's trying to say she is.
Yes, but you don't know. You don't know what's going on.
I don't know what, but I just don't think that she has to have come from some kind of means to be like
Or
because like to be that
something.
trained in a musical, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I think
there's some signs.
you've picked up that farm knowledge is real, but also there's something else going on. Lorf
Yeah.
is not a simple farmhand.
Right.
What have you done with that knowledge?
Knowing Miracle Meg, like probably not much, unless I've secretly concocted a truth-telling serum that I plan on making Torf drink at some point. You never know. Miracle Meg is a wild one.
Have you? If so, do I think herbalist on this one because it's not like really treating a condition.
Oh man, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is great.
Awesome. So yes, you have on your person an elixir
Just
of
like
truth
just in case.
that cuts through all deception of others and deception of self, and causes people to reveal their truest essence. So you have that.
Yeah, in my back pocket.
Yes. You tested it on Mish, and Mish just pooped everywhere. Because that is the
And I was like, I knew it.
that's the truest essence of donkey.
That is so true. And then all the kids were like, poop deck. Oh, we
Right.
gotta clean it.
Yes. So you take the dinghies across. The kids, like some of them can't wait and kind of splash out and help to guide the ship in, and a couple of them actually have been learning knot tying from the actual pirates and like do a really good job of like tying the
Better
little,
than me.
right, tying the little boats off to the stumps of trees or to heavy rocks. There's a impromptu a game of tag that breaks out on the beach, but pretty soon, I mean, these kids have spent now several months on a boat, so they're kind of like a little uncoordinated because they haven't gotten their land legs back. They burn themselves out pretty quickly. And then kind of as one decide that this place is really dull and boring. And it kind of is. It's like the entire island is in grayscale. Like there's stuff that has color to it. It's just not very vibrant. It's just
like a Dark Souls game.
Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, but without the aesthetic. It's just,
no
like,
aesthetic. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens? What do you do?
Is it time for another song?
It's always time for a song.
Should we like, I don't know, make camp or something? And like entertain the kids for a minute and make them all go to bed?
It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, but you can do whatever you want.
Oh, it's 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Let's make dinner for breakfast.
Or breakfast
Maybe
for
we-
breakfast. Let's have brunch for breakfast. Ooh.
Yeah.
Or breakfast for brunch. Ooh.
Maybe make a little headway. I'm thinking something to the effect of seeing if there's any signs of life other than us on this island. But what would I use to do that? I wonder.
Oh, let's see. Could be vigilance and observation. But you could be creative and be like, I'm gonna walk on stilts to get up high and see if I can't, get a better view. Or
They would have to be pretty tall stilts, therefore increasing the danger. So
Yeah.
of course I'll do that.
Cool.
Fair.
Can-
That's +1. All right, come. Let's do this. Stilts. Oh my, that is 8. This
Okay.
is bad.
Well,
While this is happening, can I do something similar?
sure.
Can I use my stealth, not in the sense of stealthing, but looking for other people stealthing or other creatures
Yeah.
stealthing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why not.
Ooh. 14 plus. Where's my stealth? Good. So 16. Great.
Ooh.
So I just
Yes.
imagine myself while Red Pirate Robbins is like, yes, X and Y. That pathway has been crossed over by someone, and then you just in the background you see Simon like,
Yeah, a little bit of a windmill back and then correct and then windmill forward and then kind of start to sway and the kids are underneath and like, we'll catch him, we'll catch him. And then finally you're tilting over to one side and they all kind of gather around to kind of help catch you. And the last minute you just fall completely forward, splash into this yellow mucky water. Surprise live for everyone. So as that's happening, Red Pirate Robbins, you are like, okay, if I was going to sneak up on us or stalk us or observe us, where would I be? And you're kind of flitting like a shadow through the undergrowth and, finding yourself good points of vantage. And you crawl up on a rock that's kind of surrounded by this brackety, brambly undergrowth. It's like, yeah, this is a great spot for an ambush. And you part the last little curtain of bracken and then come face to face with a pair of eyes, just as Simon sploosh, which distracts you and you look away and then you turn back and the space in front of you is empty.
No. Did it look humanoid or
Yes.
animal?
Human.
Okay.
You couldn't quite see an entire face, but you definitely saw a person's eyes.
I don't want to make the kids freak out. Which of my 3 adult companions are nearby, closest by?
All of them.
Okay.
Like Lor's
Uh,
currently laughing at Simon.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this point,
think
everyone is trying to pull Simon out of the muck.
I would say that maybe Pirate Robbins first tells Meg that we're not alone, sort of thing.
Yep.
And if Meg is non-responsive, then would pick up.
What? Yeah, I'm there. Wait, what am I doing? I got distracted by the children.
I was just telling you that we are not alone. There's another human nearby, at least one more.
Oh, another humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. I'll keep my eyes out. By the way, my vigilance and observation is only fair, but I'll keep an eye out. Red Pirate Robbins. I'm like, because I'm
Maybe.
still a fan. I'm still a fangirl of Red Pirate Robbins. So when Red Pirate Robbins talks to me, I'm like, except for that time. But usually,
the luster hasn't worn off yet.
yeah, not yet.
Despite
Exactly.
getting its lost for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wow, that's a great hat. I'm just like really into it.
I'm
Can
trying to see
I
what my
do
other
a
friends-
vigilance observation thing?
For sure.
I mean, I really, it's really not very good, but I will try.
That's
Actually-
better than mine.
Yeah, everyone's fair except for Simon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 13 and then plus 1, 14. So
it's a
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you scan around and kind of hop here and there and maybe like climb up on Mish and ride a little bit. It's not so much what you see, it's what you smell. You smell distilling. You smell fire. You smell hints of bread. You smell the smell of civilization, and you smell, and there's a note to it that smells very much like your own cottage. There's a kind of a medicinal, complex smell wafting on the wind. You recognize that there's herbs and
perhaps
things.
a fellow miracle worker,
Potentially.
potentially. The nose knows. I think we should go this way. I'll explain what I'm talking about though, because people probably think that's weird. I'll be like, what I mean is I can smell that it smells like herbs like my place. I wonder if there's someone like a life that's like using herbs in this direction. I can smell it.
Can Red Pirate Robin stealth ahead of the group?
Sure. Easy enough. Give me a stealth first.
10 plus good. So that's a fair result.
Okay. Give me a vigilance and observation.
Okay. 13 plus fair. Good result.
Okay. Yes. It's the ground is kind of squishy. It's there's this kind of spongy, in addition to the bracken and brambles, there's this kind of spongy, mossy, licheny kind of goopy undergrowth that disguises like hard rocks and fallen branches and things like that. So it's really hard to like be very thoughtful about your footing. Like you'll put your foot on something and then step and then it'll just give because it was a rotted log, or you put your foot over here and it's actually something really hard like a rock that shifts. So you're making a little bit more noise than perhaps you would like. However, you do, as you approach a little puddle of water, you're about to step through it when some instinct tells you not to. And I think you like pick up a stick or a rock and throw it into the water, and you see the water just become a whirlpool and it sucks down the rock or the stick or whatever it was. And then quickly, with a ripple, returns to a glassy surface.
Yikes.
Simon would have totally fallen for that.
Thank goodness the red pirate went first.
Yeah.
What happens?
I feel like the grandchild's just like the swamps of sadness.
No, it was the Straits of Sadness.
Yeah, no, I'm just referring to.
Yes.
The movie.
Okay.
That was the first book. That was the prequel. This is the sequel trilogy that everyone says ruined their childhood, but those are just what we call fanboy basement dwellers, so you don't have to listen to them. This trilogy, look, just because it's different and it has a more diverse cast doesn't mean that it's bad. So what
Trying
happens?
to think what I can do next. I guess first I would report some of this information back, but can I use Streetwise to know how what this information actually gives me?
I don't think it would be Streetwise because this is 100%
Travel?
Travel-wise would work.
Okay.
But this is 100% not related to an urban environment.
12 plus mediocre is 12, so fair.
Okay, yeah. You have a sense that this terrain is dangerous. In fact, as you're making your way back, just as you get back to where you can see your companions who've been waiting for you, and you're not being super stealthy, but it's stealthy enough that with the distraction of the children, they haven't noticed you yet. I need you to make a juke for me, please.
Ooh.
Even
What is that? 10 plus fair, mediocre.
Okay, so Lorfin, Miracle Meg, and Simon, you hear a caw from the Red Pirate Robins as the kind of reporting and saying, and you all turn to look, and you see the Red Pirate Robins say, I think there's a lot of like traps or something back here, and then just the red tricorn hat floating on a puddle.
Oh no. I turn to Miracle Meg and I say, "Tie me off, Meg."
And I say, yeah, let me tie a knot. And I'm grabbing the rope that we're using for the kids, and I
Yes.
tie a knot,
Yes.
and I get 14.
Oh my
That's
God, it's the
good.
best knot you've ever tied.
That's the best knot I've ever tied. Well, you know why? Because life and death. I mean, this is a thing right now. You
It's
know,
true.
I'm better under pressure.
It's true.
Under
Simon,
pressure.
are you
And
going
then
to try to leap in to rescue the Red
I'm-
Pirate Robins?
Just like the
Who's holding
movie,
on
I
to the
leap
rope?
in. I leap into the whirlpool and I get try to get the Red Pirate Robins.
Yeah, yeah.
What-
Cut
what's
back to the
that?
bedroom. It's like, this sounds familiar. Hush. It's a totally different thing.
Grandpa, this sounds derivative.
Go to your room. No. Oh, Grandpa, we're in my room. Hush. Let Grandpa finish the story. as he flicks and sees there's not that many pages, like, just let me get to the end.
Don't worry, there's a chance this could go bad, and thus is different.
Yeah. Roll it.
What am I rolling exactly? Body?
Well, I think acrobat could work.
Oh, okay. Then that's one. Oh, this is my only great stat.
Yeah. I'm giving you a chance to actually use it.
Oh no! Oh no! That's
We have so many major boons.
well, actually, that's 10. But I think I'm going to use a major boon.
Life isn't fair.
No!
Oh.
No!
So,
Well, here I go. Woo!
Well, it's because we didn't tie off the rope.
no.
I still have time.
Meg did tie off the rope.
I did a
extremely
great
well.
one.
I
Remember?
thought you only tied it to
did-
Simon.
Yeah, the thing is, you might want to tie it to the donkey so we can get.
Well,
back.
it's already tied to the donkey. Well,
Oh,
it's tied
okay.
to me,
It's
actually.
tied to you.
Yeah.
So
We're tied together.
Simon, I'll come get you,
I'm,
and then
I'm gonna
the-
grab
the-
onto the donkey and all the children.
and then the rope kind of lays slack in the water, and everyone kind of steps up closer and just sees a couple of bloops, and then suddenly the rope becomes very taut. And Miracle Mag, give me a body.
Body, let's see, mediocre. Great.
Do it, Meg. I believe.
12. What's that? Fair.
Yeah, it's fair. So you're holding on to like the saddle blanket and stuff like that that sits on Mish, and then you basically pull that. You can take a child with you if you want.
Can I just start yelling for help?
Yeah,
Ah, grab me, grab me,
a
grab
couple
me.
of the kids will grab onto you, and then
The
down
whole
the
party has
drain.
to get involved.
God, oh no.
So, Lorf,
Well-
you were there with, you were there. And I would say, because that wasn't a terrible success, Meg, as you are pulled under, you grab onto the Red Pirate Robin's hat, and you pull it down with you.
And then they all died.
Oh gosh.
So, what is Lorf doing?
Have we lost all of the rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the people.
And the people.
Our tax.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Trauma.
Oh gosh. I find a very big stick. I'm gonna shove it into the puddle and see if I can like whack it into any of them and use that to pull them out.
So, yes,
Going fishing.
you do. And you probe around, and there's nothing in the puddle. Like, you find the bottom of the puddle, and it's empty.
Mm.
And after a minute or two, after a few seconds, there's an almighty tug, which you've seen this before. So you let go as the stick is pulled. And you can see that there's a blurble out of this puddle, and then one out of that one, and then one out of that one. Almost like a trail. leading towards the center of the island.
Gonna follow the blorbles. I tell the kids to watch the boat.
They're like, oh no, we want to come with you. It's scary.
Well,
Are Mr. Simon and Mrs. Meg and Mrs. Robbins going to be okay?
yeah, they're gonna be just fine. This is just like a silly game that adults play. And we need the kids to watch the boats because that's their role in the game. Because if we lose the boats, we can't get back to the big boat, and then we're stuck on this island forever. And do you really want to be stuck on this island forever?
Cool. Give me a, well, I mean, it's technically
I-
Blave, but you can, make a schmooze.
Okay. I got a 12 affair.
Okay. They'll all be like, yes, Miss Lorf. In the way that kids say when they don't have any plans on actually following your instructions. They just want you to go away.
And I'm like, you know what? They're not my kids.
Like, oh, fine.
Whatever. And take off after the warbling puddles.
Well,
We took them from one forest and left them in a worse one.
right?
I mean, look, they'll just be like the gremlins of the island of dread.
So we have a montage scene of Lorf leaping from hummock to hummock. At the last minute, as a little starts to happen at your feet, grabbing up the blackened and slippery branches of a nearby tree, a normal person would get horribly lost in
But I
moments.
never get lost.
But for whatever reason, not Lorf. Lorf understands the direction that you're going, and unerring as an arrow, leaps from danger to danger until you find yourself climbing kind of just a jumble of fallen rock, not like a cliff that you have to actually roll.
Yeah.
And perched up above, you see a homely little hut. Actually, a homely big-ish hut. It's not tiny. It's probably a couple of stories. It's probably 2 stories, kind of one of those like mound-shaped situations. But you can see there's a little like ocular window on the front that's tilted sideways enough to let some very pungent smoke come out as you huff and crawl and wipe the muck and sweat from your forehead. Approaching this, you can hear the cackle of geese, and maybe like you hear some other motion that you can't quite identify. And yes, you burst above and you see what looks like a little farmhouse.
Okay. And this is where the whatever's end at.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can sneak over and peek in a window.
All right, stealth.
Terrible. I got a 7.
Okay.
I stepped on a goose.
Right. Well, you sneak over and you peer up into a window, and you can just enough, like it's kind of wet and mucky on the outside and maybe a little bit soot stained on the inside. So and the glass itself is very bubbly and warped. So you're kind of like trying to find a spot and like subtly wipe off some of the grime so you can get a better look. And you hear this strange hissing sound. And you're like looking up and around and you're not paying attention. And then a goose comes up and nips you right in the butt. Because geese are awful.
They
in case
are.
You didn't know. So you go, ah! And then the goose begins flapping its wings and someone comes running out of the hovel. She is very short. She's a little hunched. She has wild, curly, kind of grayish hair. Is probably something like an auburn in her youth. But her face is almost lineless. It has a youth about it. But there are storm clouds in her eyes as she, "You, thief, what are you doing here?"
I'm looking for my friends. I'm not a thief.
"Oh, you're with them. Well,
That depends. Is that a good thing?
at least one of you thieves was clever enough to avoid my traps. And of course, then you walk straight into the biggest trap."
I'm not trying to steal anything. I just want to clarify that it's not my purpose here. Actually, I kind of want to stop people from taking anything.
Say more about that. Because I haven't gotten a
So-
straight answer out of your friends. I've just been pumping the gunk out of their lungs. They're not quite together yet.
Right. Yeah. So there's you know the Prince Rupert? You heard of him at all?
I've heard of him. The one with the little
so
hands. Yeah.
yeah, and he's really annoying and he's really like talks down to everybody that
Yeah.
not on the same caliber as him. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he sent these guys to try to find a love potion because he's trying to make people fall in love with him because he's such a terrible person that nobody ever actually could outside of wanting his wealth and status. And so that's what they're here for, and I don't want them to get that.
Why not?
Because otherwise you might make me marry him, and I don't wanna.
She looks you up and down. What are you, some kind of pirate?
Princess, actually.
Oh. Well, I suppose you best come in, but I'm watching you.
Totally fair. Hands where you can see them.
So, Red Pirate Robbins, Miracle Meg, and Simon, each of you experienced a feeling of suction and then rapid motion as you were tumbled and swirled and went up and down and around and got stuck in little J junctions and an S trap, and eventually were kind of vomited out onto a stone floor, like just mostly blind, coughing, nearly drowned, but not quite. And then you just vaguely recall some small but strong hands grasping you and then forcing something pungent and kind of like juniper-y flavored down your throats, which had the effect of kind of like, double vision tracers, but also causing you to cough up and vomit up all the disgusting marsh water that you had ingested. You are all just coming to in what amounts to a jail cell in a stone basement as you hear two sets of footsteps approaching.
Either
I've
that's
got my
two
eyes on you.
people
Don't touch
or a
that.
horse.
You hear a
Not
voice,
touching.
and then you hear a familiar voice. What happens?
Hello? Why are we in here? I guess the rope thing didn't work out, huh?
Because you're
Yeah.
thieves and trespassers, dear.
What?
You're thieves and trespassers. And is she deaf? What's up with her?
No, she's taking a few too many gummies. She made some happy gummies, and they just kind of make her a little,
Oh, is she some kind of miracle worker?
Yeah.
I mean, trespassing, sure, but I don't
Okay.
steal things.
So I guess that one is like a pirate or something.
Yeah, Red Pirate Robbins.
And what's
Very terrible navigationalist.
what about
Um,
the floppy haired one? He's not a farmhand, is he?
no,
Oh,
he's
thank God.
something.
They are no end of trouble, those farmhands.
Yeah.
So handsy.
I mean, talk about it, running off with princesses. Yeah, well, Max and I ran into a farmhand once before. It was a real problem. We definitely regretted it.
It's unfortunate.
All right, well, You should be feeling better. Stand up. Give an account for yourself. You three in the cell. Stand up.
Oh, I stand out.
I'm up.
Well, you called me correctly. I am a trespasser and a thief. I really have nothing to add to that.
I am a trespasser on accident. See, what happened was we were walking, going places with the children. Where are the children? I hope the children are okay.
They're
But
watching
what
the
we-
thingies.
You brought
Oh, thank
children
goodness.
to this
Well,
place?
I mean, we
Yeah,
brought
Lucy's
them.
probably
Yes.
in here.
There's a
Lucy's
you
peeking in the
hear
window.
or no, you hear a weird rumbling, burbling sound.
Oh no!
And then you can see where there's this kind of hole in the middle of the floor, this just like geyser of disgusting fluid as 3 children just kind of flop out.
Oh no.
Children?
Well,
Oh no.
there's some of them.
It's like I built those tunnels for adults. Ugh, children. What happens if more than one of them get sucked in at a time and they get jammed? Ugh.
Well,
hold
let's
on,
hope it
hold
doesn't
on.
happen.
She'll go over and just like grab some water and dunk it on them and feed them some more of this stuff. And they kind of come to, and one of them starts to kind of whimper a little bit. Say, it's okay, dears. It's okay. You followed these horrible people into danger, but I'm here to take care of you now. Here, just go upstairs and find yourself some clean clothes and some blankets or something like that and go sit by the fire. Granny will be up and talk to you in a second.
We're not horrible.
How many
we're
more
mediocre
children
at
did you
worst.
bring? Blurble, blurble, blurble.
There's about 10 more, I believe.
So the next, 15 minutes is her basically like there's some real awkward silences as there are no more children arriving. But how many did you say? 13? And then she counts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God. So just as soon as like, well, maybe they all got smart and didn't step, and then you hear the plumbing start up again.
There's more.
So probably after about 20 minutes, you now have the upstairs is filled with children, and you can hear.
I get
"Ooh."
really excited every time kids pop out. I'm like, oh look.
Then you hear,
I think
oh,
Red
what's
Pirate
that?
Robin.
And then a crash of something being knocked over, and she just cringes. So not only did you come here to steal from me, but you also brought children to wreck my house.
Well, A, we didn't have any desire to steal anything, but B, the circumstances we found these children in were quite dire, and we had to basically adopt them and take them on our ship, or else
Yeah.
they would have been left behind.
And to be fair, we didn't bring them to wreck your house. That's just a byproduct of us bringing them here.
An unforeseen problem.
Yeah, we didn't realize that was going to happen.
So Simon, you're talking about your activities to save the children.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a heart roll.
I've been good at those, considering it's only good, but let's see if my luck keeps holding up. Oh, man, does it ever. 16.
Nice, great.
Man, heart is my best attribute.
So again, something about the sincerity of, your retelling of the story. I mean, the skill of the retelling may not be great, but the sincerity of the emotion behind it, your sort of recently shared recollections of some of the sad parts of your own childhood is kind of woven in, and she gets a sense of who you are. All right. Well, you couldn't very well leave them out on their own. I understand that. But you probably shouldn't have brought them here. You,
Well, that
miracle worker, are you here for my
Yes.
formula? Are you going to use
No,
it to become
well-
famous?
It depends on what your formula is, but I don't think so.
The formula for the potion for true love. It's the one
Oh,
thing
yeah, for
everyone
that
seems to
guy.
want.
Yeah. Yes, I'm here for that.
Why on earth would you debase yourself as a miracle worker? One,
Well-
to come and steal a formula from someone else, and two, on behalf of such an awful prince.
Now, wait. Hold it for a second, sister. Listen, when I came here was not to steal anything from you. I came here because I look up to you. I didn't even realize it was you. I'm going to fangirl real hard now. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to learn it from you. I thought we could be buds. And so that's why I'm here. Now, the fact that he wants it, that just means he's paying for my trip here to meet with you. And I mean, of course, I should probably bring it back or he might kill me. But I'm saying it was all that was just a means to an end to see you. See?
Give me a heart.
Oh, bud. Can I?
One
It's
boon.
mediocre. Can I get a? I want to roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
use
use a
it.
major boon?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a few of them.
Yes. That's a 15, and then 3 is 18. I'm
Oh
superb.
yeah.
Woo.
Okay. I think she gets the sense. At first, I think she intuits that, you know, if you were able to make it on your own, you would have done so. So she's kind of made some judgments about you. And she kind of is, it's clear she's thinking of you as some sort of upstart that's just there to shortcut the years and years and decades of study it takes to become a master miracle worker.
Nah, girl, I put in work too. I just can't do what you can do. You know?
And the whole, she's a little bit flattered when you talk about fangirling. Do you know who this is, I wonder?
I don't know because I don't know a lot. I know a lot about farms. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
My general lore is very poor.
it is. I think there's a chance, however.
Well, I think too,
roll a
don't I?
wits.
Even if I don't know who they are, don't I know like that they're the best? You know what I mean?
I mean,
I
yeah,
know they exist and they're really good.
From what you've heard, they're the best, at least in terms of
Right.
their knowledge of ancient formula. You know that
Okay,
they're,
you said wits?
yeah, just roll a wits.
Okay. Wow, I'm really not good at stuff. That's only 11. That's mediocre.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know who she is.
Didn't you say she was affiliated with Max somehow? Miracle Max? Does it seem to be Miracle Max's wife?
Well, so
I don't know. All I know.
she mentioned Max to Lorf upstairs.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I know of her, and I know that because that's the whole reason we came on this trip was I was trying to find this person, but I don't know who she is or anything like that. I just know she exists.
Her. Yeah, you only know her as the Ancient One. I would say there's something vaguely familiar about her, but you're not able to put your finger on it. Cool.
Okay.
But she is suitably impressed, and kind of you can see her reevaluating her judgment of you. Well, at least one of you admits to being a thief and a trespasser. So,
Yes.
pirate, why should I
But
free
who
you?
said
What
I may have
are you here
trespassed?
for?
I may have trespassed upon your land, but I never said I was here to steal anything from you.
Well, what are you here for?
I'm here to make sure Prince Rupert doesn't get what he wants. I'm here.
As Miracle Megan Simon. What?
Wait, I thought we were getting what he wanted.
That's what.
Won't he kill us?
I mean, Red Pirate Robbins has a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little worried though.
Well, if you were fangirling, you could stay on the boat.
And,
Okay, cool.
And Red Pirate Robbins is better with a rapier than most other people in the world, so there's that too.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
It's like protective services.
Red Pirate Robbins. With this conversation about you're here to stop him from getting what he wants, she'll say why.
Well, this potion shouldn't be used to make others fall in love with you. But here's messing up. As someone who believes she'll never find love again, I want to take this potion myself. And that's how this potion should be used.
Ah. Okay. So you
Yeah,
can,
because then at least you have the consent of the person taking it.
right? You can give me a heart, or I think alternately. And what would you do if Prince Rupert showed up and tried to take it from you? Meaning you could demonstrate your fencing abilities as a way of giving her confidence.
Yeah. No, I think that's what I would do.
Okay.
I would just boast that no one's better than me with the sword.
Good. Do it. Roll fencing.
All right. Y'all, can I do a major boon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You embarrass yourself right now, so help me
Just like
God.
drops the sword.
We're trying to
I'll,
look good in front of this woman.
If this is a fencing demonstration, I'll be the partner for this, just so the Pirate Robins can demonstrate their mastery.
Would you believe I rolled the same thing twice?
we we have
We
more.
have a ton though. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if y'all are willing to let me do it, I'm gonna do it.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
do it. For the
All right.
important things? Heck yeah.
Okay, well, I got one better this time, which makes it, what is that, 6, 8, 11? I could make it mediocre, and then I could take a minor boon and
Make
push it to
fair.
fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
I
works.
think
Okay.
it's yeah. So that's a major and a minor. A 2 majors and a minor.
Can I do like some sort of performative fencing to hype up their ability?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that just fencing?
Sure. Or
Do you have a
performance,
performance?
or any skill that you think would be acrobatics,
Come on.
even like to
Show-
dodge and make it look like it's much harder to not be hit.
Well, acrobatics is great, so we'll do that. What is that? 14. What is 14 these days?
Think it's
14
good?
is a good, yeah.
It's a good. That'll be enough to kick up that fair to a good. So collectively, the performance. I think Simon. Mostly it's because you're all sopping wet and slippery from all the mud and silt and stuff.
It's
And
my natural state
Right.
at this point.
and Red Pirate Robins, as you draw the sword, there's it's a little bit slippery in your hand, etc. And it's just hard to kind of in this enclosed space and swinging a sword around with your friends very near you. It's just kind of hard. It's not your normal situation.
Sure.
But Simon is, quick to leap in. It's like, oh, look how fast she is. It's deceptive. I mean, it's not one of these showy performances where it's all about just the swirls and the flourish. It's like she's going, look, she almost got me in the neck. So yes, you're able to collectively convince the Ancient One.
Look, she's using standard grip. Reverse grip is terrible. Standard grip is the
Right?
way to do
She's
it.
not even fighting with her main hand. And in fact, Red Pirate Robins is ambidextrous. So yes, it's not necessarily the most impressive thing, but collectively, I think you have demonstrated, well, this is not exactly what I expected. As you can tell, I've been preparing for the day that someone would send an army or assassins or other fools to come and try to steal what I've worked so hard to hide.
Did you ever expect a kindergarten class?
I have to be honest and say no, that was not on my list of contingencies that I planned for. And then you hear another, oh, look, crash. Oh, well, yeah, you might as well come out of there. And she'll walk over and she'll unlock the jail cell.
Simon just asked the great miracle worker. It's like, you've made a potion of love. Do you have any idea what love actually is? Like what it is in a person? I'm not asking a great question. I'm sorry, but I've always had trouble with romance. And only recently have I been able to talk earnestly about how I feel. But what is love exactly?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby.
Yes.
That's why I'm really here. I'm supposed to guard the miracle worker, but Miracle Meg, but that's why I really came here.
Well,
Wow. The heck?
Well,
Nobody's here to do the real.
Nobody told me for the real. I'm the only
Yeah,
one here for
nobody's
the real
actually
reasons.
here.
and even that was just an excuse to come and learn from
Yeah,
the
because
ancient
really, I
one.
just wanted to find the ancient one on somebody else's dime.
Well, that is a question,
Hmm.
young man. Love is the greatest mystery. True love. I think Max and I thought for a long time, having witnessed the power of true love, that it was about complete devotion to the object of your affection. It was about a force that enabled you to overcome all obstacles and bend destiny itself to the will of your love for each other. I think Max and I thought that we had something like that. And we thought that we could make all the kingdoms better by finding the secret to creating true love. Can you imagine if every two people who felt that way for each other could access the power of true love? What could they overcome? What injustices could they right? What obstacles could they see their way through? And wouldn't the world be a better place if there was more true love in it? But it isn't that simple. Because true love isn't about feelings for another. True love starts within yourself. And true love involves seeing others for who they truly are. I, with Max's encouragement, researched long and hard, underwent my own trials to find just the right reagents. And finally, I had it. The formula for true love. And of course, we tested it. I tested it. I drank the potion of true love, believing that I had already found my soul's desire, my partner in life. And it opened my eyes to see Max for who he was. A good man, certainly smart, talented, but also a coward. A coward who, with the appropriate pressure, would make the right decision sometimes, but for all his talents, ultimately a small and flawed man. And in that moment, the most loving thing that I could do was to let him go. And I've been alone here on the island myself ever since, guarding this secret. True love isn't a thing that lives in the fantasy tales. True love isn't about happily ever after. True love is about true. It's about growing up. It's about making the best decision for yourself and making space in your life for another if they're the right fit. And sometimes they aren't, and that's okay. So I'm afraid you're going to have to tell your prince that what he seeks is not to be found across forests and straits, through travails and trials. It really starts from within oneself.
Okay, that was so beautiful, but also we're talking about Prince Humperdinck here. Nothing's going to start from within himself, as you say. So the problem
But
is,
Grandpa,
what do
wait,
we?
isn't it Rupert? It's Rupert. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, listen, it's bad, okay? But also, like, I think, can we make another plan then to like kill him or give him something else that's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to die, and he kind of sucks.
Well,
Can we make a plan to like turn him into a donkey? No offense, Mish, like a donkey or something.
It would be an improvement.
Just saying, how diabolical you want to get is up to you, but I just don't. He's gonna, if we don't come back with it, I'm in trouble.
So what we do is we cause a problem that makes two kingdoms go to war.
Did you not hear the part about trying to make life better for everyone and trying to stop warfare?
Oh, right.
Well,
So we overthrow
give
the monarchy and establish a democratic republic.
yes.
So I have an idea, like this potion that you take. He's under the assumption that you have to give it to somebody else to use it. Maybe if we give him another substance that he takes, like what is it? The gummies that make you, makes your anxieties and your Miracle Meg's gummies that made me kind of more aware of myself as a person and like kind of gave me introspection and whatnot. We give that to the prince and maybe he'll have a breakthrough of some sort.
Oh, you are very hopeful.
Well,
They are very good gummies, though.
I am very willing to go on the run at this point.
what
I've done it
I
before.
what I left out is that it wasn't just my view of Max that changed. I understood why I had stayed with him, why I had stayed with what the lack of confidence, why I'd always played second fiddle, why I'd always let him make the decisions and him speak for us, why I'd been so reluctant to stand up for myself. And really, it was that realization that not just seeing his flaws, but my own.
Right.
I don't know what effect the potion will have on Prince Rupert, but he won't be unchanged. Or you could stay here with me.
As much as I love this island, I would rather risk death. Sorry to say that, but it's a personal preference.
Oh, well, most of all that is for show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, people wouldn't be afraid to come and find me if I lived on it's actually pretty nice island.
Oh, I see. It's like the haunted forest. It's like a misnomer. It's just like a, you know.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
mean,
so
I spend
bad.
a lot of time keeping it spooky and awful.
Oh, okay. But with that, Kevin, I think I would rather try to. The thing is, if it goes well, it would be beneficial for the entire kingdom, I think. But there's just that possibility.
Well,
I'm just not so certain.
You could always use another ship hand, anyways.
I mean, if it doesn't work, then we know how to find our way back.
Right.
all right. Well, I suppose if you want to leave, you can.
I mean, I would stay.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think I would like some company after all these years.
I mean, I'd stay for a little bit. We could do like an internship.
And I do miss teaching. It was one of the nice things about
See?
living in the kingdom
Oh,
and having
good.
new
Someone should
students.
teach these kids.
Yeah, we can keep the kids too, yeah?
Someone should teach them all sorts of things. If the sounds from above, oh God, they found my cat. Oh no.
They got a lot to learn.
No tongue on the tail.
Well, although it may
Yeah,
not
I would
function,
totally stay.
although it may not function exactly the way that you or the prince anticipated, it is still one of the most powerful concoctions ever imagined. It's highly valuable.
Is it made already, or is it just like a recipe?
It's actually remarkably simple to make. I can make a batch very quickly. Truth is easy. So much of our lives we feel like, self-deception, deception of others, trying to be what other people expect us to be, trying to form other people into what we want is the easy way. But the easiest way is just to be truthful. Frankly, it's just a spin on the common truth potion.
Oh.
Something that any miracle worker worth their salt would be able to create. She kind of gives an eye at Miracle Mag, who then probably reaches in the back pocket and go, oh, like this? It's like, oh, this is a good formula. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a good start.
Why do you have that?
So we already have it.
Almost. Well, if you're bound and determined to return to Rupert, I will allow it, and I will give you what you need. And if in your adventures you ever find yourself hoping for a place where you can relax and leave the concerns of the world behind, I hope that you will come back here and visit me.
Yeah.
So, she will ask if Miracle Meg wants to assist, and will actually take Miracle Meg's completed truth potion as a starting place, and will show you how it's simply through distillation and concentration and the addition of a few reagents that allow the truth to sink deeper and to focus less on word and deed and more on internal awareness. How to strip away layers of self-deception and expectation to get down to a truer vision of the world and those around us. And in 30 minutes or so of fascinating nerdy banter, a couple of the kids come down and kind of watch and, get interested. And Miracle Val, as she introduces herself, Valerie, is actually pretty good with the kids. Gives them a few tasks to do. Run upstairs and grab that bottle. No, not that one. I said green, not blue. Is able to put together this beautiful kind of effervescent pink potion that smells faintly of roses and vanilla. But there's a bitterness, not bitter, an astringent undertone. Pleasant, but still that undercuts the kind of cloying sweetness of the top note. And she places it in a vial and hands it to Lorf.
I'll take it.
So what happens?
I think we should take it back to the Rupert and try to get him to take it as soon as possible. Hopefully getting the most beneficial effect. But yeah. Right now, I don't know what everyone else is going to get up to. Do you guys have any?
Also, do you think you could tell him I died?
Oh,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
Okay, cool. Because if you tell him I died, then I'll just live here, and then we can I'll just be like a secret weapon because everyone will think I'm dead.
We'll make up some story that someone had to sacrifice for the potion of love.
Yeah, make it something
Yeah.
real. That's good.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
really
it.
tragic. We held you in our arms as you died.
Oh,
Your final
yeah,
words were to make
yeah.
sure that Prince Rupert knew that you gave your all for
I
him.
did this for you, my king. Yes, just really
Yeah, yeah.
jazz it up. Yep.
Yeah, just to really stroke his ego so that we can convince him to drink the potion.
Well, and then if it doesn't work, he can't kill me because I'm not there. Oh, If it's a dud, it's a dud.
Cool. So you come out of the little hovel. The kids kind of staying behind. Some of them are running around chasing chickens and things like that in the yard. Miracle Val grabs like a sack, like a little small, almost flour sack, as you walk out, and then she casts a bunch of this very, very fine powder that the wind catches, and wherever the powder lands, the blackened trees turn a healthy kind of white bark. The branches sprout in green leaves. The slimy, brackeny undergrowth becomes healthy grass and wildflowers. She hands you, Miracle Mag, the sack and just says, cast it in front of you and it will show you the way. Well, good luck with the prince.
I'm gonna miss you, Meg.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have fun
Bye.
storming the castle.
Right. The Miracle Bag says, think they'll make it? It would take a miracle. So with this dust cast in front, go ahead.
I think Red Pirate Robbins would leave her hat with Meg.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just go back and put the...
And just says, I'll come back for this later.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think that Miracle Meg wears it every day. So
Yeah. So you Miracle Mag, with a little bit of instruction, show the Red Pirate Robbins how to use the dust. You make your way back to the boat. You start to weigh sail, and then as you go out into the ocean proper, a few more of those turtles appear.
Hey.
And kind of look at you. They can't really speak, but they kind of look at you expectantly. And you talk to them and tell them that you're trying to make best speed back to the main port of Theris. And they will speed you along your way around the whirlpools and the sea serpents and the dragon turtles and all the horrible challenges of the open ocean. Speed you into the main bay with the grotty little village and the castle kind of fallen apart. I mean, we've established this is not necessarily the nicest kingdom. It's not the kingdom that's featured most in the storybooks. But you disembark. And of course, having seen you enter the bay, a group of sort of sullen guards is there to escort you. And one of them says, yeah, we heard you stole some horses from some of the visitors.
They gave them to us.
That's not what they said. I don't know. You better
Quick
hope the prince
question.
is you better hope the prince is in a good mood.
Oh boy.
Can Red Pirate Robbins, having not, just knowing how ports can work, can she have taken one of the dinghies out before they got to port and stealth her way into the city?
Sure, give me stealth.
Okay. 10 plus stealth, which is good, so 12, a fair result.
I mean, yeah, you are not part of the main, so yeah, you're not part of the main group, but people do see you. I think you probably there's a couple people who kind of go, oh, is that the Red Pirate Robbins? Where's their hat though? So it's just Simon and Lorf.
They want their horses. Oh, but if they want their horses back, we can give them back. One of them just keeps trying to kill me.
Yeah, the tall, skinny horse, as you say, oh, we can give them back. It's kind of hard to pull it. And then it turns and looks at you and kind of nuzzles you.
Oh, no.
Like, don't make me go back.
I'm going to roll a heart for myself.
Okay.
Nope. It's a 9. It's like, get out of my face. Yeah.
Get out, go.
It kind of bumps into you and then steps on your foot. But in a way that's kind of like affectionate. Like, this is kind of our deal though, right? We just kind of rag each other a lot.
I'm gonna put a scratch on my wounds. There we go.
Right. Oh, God, dang horse. But it has grown accustomed to you in the past several months. So anyway, but yes, you are led up the muddy track to the dilapidated castle. There's a bugler whose uniform is kind of a little bit askew, a little bit of gravy slopped on the tabard, who someone has to kind of and then nudge him to wake him up, and he blows an off key tune to announce you. And then the two of you, then suddenly, Red Pirate Robbins appears from the shadows, are led forward. Well, where's my potion? Where's that miracle worker? Miracle Marge, Miracle Madge, what's her name?
Miracle Marge,
Miracle Melissa.
unfortunately, Miracle Marge had to sacrifice herself to make this potion. She did it in service to you.
Ah. Whatever. Where is it?
All right. The way this works is you're supposed to take it yourself, and then,
Oh, wow. How's it? And then
sorry,
he will step forward and look at Lorf. Oh, and who is this?
I'm gonna leave that to you, Torf.
Yeah, I have to remember the name that I gave myself. Princess Froth Florington.
Oh. Are you eager to be the first one to try the love potion there, Princess Froth?
Well, maybe. But for it to work, we both would have to take it.
Oh. Well. Did you actually go and help recover it yourself?
Yep, I sure did.
And then he'll lean over to say, she's totally into me.
I got to like internal monologue of Lorf being like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
All right, well, let's try it out and see if it works. And if it doesn't, well, there's room in the dungeon for all of you.
Yeah, let me just, I'll slip some into the tea.
Sure, whatever.
I'm gonna only put it in his cup.
Okay, so you're going to try to blave.
I don't think I have that.
That means it's poor.
Oh boy. What? That's could have been worse. Fair, it's 12.
Yeah, he notices.
Do y'all want to use any of our boons since it's
Grandpa, wait.
yeah.
And so Grandpa's like, well, unfortunately, the heroes were so close to resolving the situation, but Prince Rupert, as unpleasant as he is, has always been on the lookout for being poisoned. I mean, it comes along with being unpleasant, and he watched as the princess very poorly tried to do a little of a sleight of hand, and noticed that she wasn't putting any of the potion in her own drink, and it made him immediately suspicious. So he sent them all to the dungeon. But,
Grandpa.
yes.
Grandpa,
wait,
wait.
No, we have to see the prince get his comeuppance.
We can all spend a point to make this a success.
Yes.
Which I'm going to do.
To make it a great success, if you spend 3 total, you can make it a great success without having to roll at all. So therefore negating the previous roll. So the 3 kids, or all 4, Grandpa, wait, no. So yes. Well, actually what happened was the princess deftly placed it in the teacup, and then having spent 3 months at sea with Simon and having learned some of his tricks, just gave him a little bit of a wink and then did a little bit of switcheroo. And now some for mine, which was a second dose into his. So he kind of like cheers as you, and then and at first nothing happens. And then you can see his eyes kind of defocus, and this look of kind of greedy anticipation on his face kind of turn to one of puzzlement. And then he kind of sits down and then takes off his little ostentatious crown and scratches his head. Gee, why am I here? I mean, I know why I'm here. I'm the prince, but like, why am I so concerned with what other people think about me. I remember when I was little, I used to climb up into the apple tree in my grandfather's orchard. And I would always get yelled at. But I liked being out there. And I remember some of the other kids would come out and play and I'd steal the apples, and they weren't supposed to. But I remember liking the feeling of like letting them have the apples. I enjoyed watching them play. I was always kind of sad that I couldn't go and join them. I really just wanted to be one of the kids. But my father would always remind me that I had an obligation to live up to, and that it wasn't my lot to be happy. I had to be the prince. And kind of like those two things were mutually exclusive. I think, Princess Lorf, you are an absolute vision. You're so lovely. And I would love someday to have someone like you in my life, but I don't think I'm ready. I think I need to do some work on myself. It suddenly occurred to me, like, it doesn't matter how many people love me if I don't like who I am.
Sounds like you need some self-reflection.
I think you're right. Okay, well, yeah, I guess take some gold or something. Yeah, go get them some gold. And you know what? Jared, you haven't had a vacation in like 3 years. You need to go and see your family. Like, you are here 24/7. Like, you need to take care of yourself so you can take care of others, man. I'll be fine. I can cut up my own meat. I think some things are going to change around here. Okay, well, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. I've got some stuff to think about as he kind of wanders back into his chambers, talking to himself. And you are free to do whatever you would wish. Flash forward 6 months. We have an establishing scene. We have, there's a bunch of work going on. There's a little bit of work going on in the castle to repair some of the roofs that had caved in, but it seems like a lot of the work is going into the shantytown that serves as the capital city. You see streets being paved. You see miracle workers wandering the streets, finding people who are injured or ill. You see a hospital being built, the Miracle Meg Memorial Hospital, to treat for free anyone in the kingdom who needs it. And you see Prince Rupert, who looks very different. I mean, he's the same person, but the look on his face has changed. And as he walks through the street, handing bread to people, inquiring about the health of individuals' loved ones, sharing in the triumph of a good harvest, you can see in the eyes of the populace that he has achieved what he wanted. He has achieved love and respect of those around him.
Oh.
What do we see of the rest of you?
What is it? Simon has taken to talking to a farm girl around town because he finds him, well, not so much attractive, but finds her to be very charming, and he decides to start talking to her, and eventually, as things kept going on, plays that song that he sung for her.
So we see maybe a couple of scenes of Simon, striking a pose or like trying to do something showy, and her just kind of dismissing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And getting down to, okay, but how do you actually feel about it? Like right. being that good supportive person that's a good anchor to keep you tied to your truth.
Yeah.
And then we fade away on Simon singing that song with the same kind of feeling, but it's somehow more, it's like you wrote it back then just for this moment.
Yeah. It feels less general.
Yeah.
More specific.
And then she probably says, I bet we could work on the bridge a little bit. But in a way that's caring, right?
Yeah.
what about Red Pirate Robin's Miracle Meg and Lorf?
I am still working, and we're raising the children, and we're teaching them how to take care of like the farm and how to get food for yourself and do all that stuff. And it's been really good. I'm learning how to use my how to use what's inside of me to like make better potions and stuff. I'm just getting better at things.
Yeah, and I think for Miracle Mag, it's a process of unlearning. So much of what you picked up when you weren't really listening in the lectures and not really reading the books, you kind of assumed that so much about being a miracle worker was about learning some sort of academic secret. But in working with Val, you realize that it's cleaner and purer than that. It's so much about the intent of what you're trying to create and about visualizing than it is about learning some sort of secret that people are keeping from you. The truth was in you all along. So yes, your abilities as a miracle worker are advancing rapidly, and several of the children are learning as well. Others are becoming hunters or learning how to build things, but it's a good environment for the kids with a couple of, knowledgeable women to help raise them and educate them. What about Lorf and the Red Pirate?
So I was thinking, Red Pirate Robin's probably the first thing she did when she got back to the boat after witnessing Prince Rupert's transformation was hosting group therapy for the ship and realizing maybe she needs to get at some of her inner issues, especially seeing how like everyone just kind of grew up in front of her, including a bunch of kids. So,
So
and speaking of the kids, I would like to think that now with like group therapy and such, they're still pirates, but they're more like vigilante pirates, and I'd like to think they kind of just keep this one trade route between Miracle Meg and some of the major cities, and so the kids get like proper nutrition and things like that.
yeah, so we see a couple of scenes of group therapy circles where you're passing the talking stick. And all these hard-bitten pirates are talking about, I'm not even sure my mom really ever loved me. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. And then we see a few, montage scenes of action on the high seas. Only instead of robbing the local merchants, you're double checking to make sure that all their goods are fair trade and that no child labor was involved in their manufacture, and fending off monsters and other brigands to improve the prosperity of your kingdom. What about Lorf?
I think that Lorf has renounced, put a pause on caring about her crown and has decided that she needs to become a lot more traveled. So she is venturing from kingdom to kingdom. Probably at this moment is actually there, like, just bugging Rupert, like, giving him noogies and being like, see, I knew you could be a good person.
Right.
Um,
And
and just trying to do good.
and leveraging your status to gain entry into the courts of not only Theris but also Gilder and Florin to help to resolve some of the misunderstandings that have led to intermittent warfare between those kingdoms, and really position Theris as a neutral party that can help to negotiate peace and create greater stability and mercantile opportunity among the island kingdoms, making quite the name for yourself. Realizing that sometimes you have to step out of a narrow role and gain perspective to drive meaningful change. So I think at some point in some period in the future, some arbitrary period in the future, we just get a final closing scene of the little hovel and the children running around, and Miracle Meg and Val working on another potion. Like maybe there's a rabbit with a sprained ankle that they're treating. Very domestic. When we hear a little bit of noise and scrambling coming from the underbrush, And we see the Red Pirate Robins come in, and all the kids go, "Oh, Robins!" Because the Red Pirate has been there several times, maintaining the trade back and forth. She's a familiar sight. And then, wait, what? There's more. And we see Simon with a beautiful young woman, not like the most beautiful, fairest in all the land, but good and solid and kind, and obviously cares deeply about him. You walk up with your intended and introduce her to your friends. And she, of course, is very self-assured and meets them. And I've heard so many stories about you. And you can tell, Simon, that they're going to get along famously. And then finally, coming out of the woods is Lorf, dressed in plain but regal clothes, a sense of self-assuredness in her new station as a peacemaker. And Lorf, you see your friends and all the children kind of coming together almost like a little family, and a little smile crosses your face. And then in the gloaming light, the camera closes down. And then we cut back to the bedroom. Thanks, Grandpa. Oh, that was a weird story.
Yeah, why
It's
I
like-
even came in to
it's
listen
like-
to this?
It's like there was only a couple of fights. Like, the Red Pirate Robins didn't get to kill anyone. And it's like, look, you guys picked the book. Next time, at least it wasn't Harry Potter. And then he closes the book and puts it aside. I love you, kids. Flips off the light. The end.
Yay.
Yay.
So well done, everyone.
Yay! I like to think at some point I also bedazzled Red Pirate Robins's hat with like shells and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I like to think that Red Pirate Robins has brought like toys and like pirate costumes for the kids.
100%. 100%. Did you bring my peg leg? So, yes. Lovely scene. And you all made a difference in the world.
Hooray.
Made your kingdom
Yay.
better, more prosperous, and everyone's happy. For now. The
It
end.
was such an
Until
uplifting
next
tale.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a storybook, and they all lived happily ever after.
Yay!
Until
Yay.
the next
Until
time.
next
Until next time.
Cool. All right. Well, let's do that thing. Let everyone know who you are and where they can find you. Let's start with you this time, Tough.
All right, I am 98 Tough Love, Tough Torfordton, some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I stream every now and again at twitch.tv/98 Tough Love. Otherwise, you will find me here over on the Justice TV program. And that's me. Go Shanks.
First of all, I'd like to say I got everything I wanted out of these sessions, so it was a great game. Thank you, there's Zero. Anyways, I'm the Shanks Master General. You'll find me mostly on Spotify. You can find my band anywhere on streaming, basically anywhere. The Dreadnoughts, DREADNOUGHTS. We got about 550,000 monthly listeners, so we're doing okay. But other than that, thank you very much, and we'll send it on to Kelly.
Hello, my fair Kelly. You can find me here, C+ content, or in someone's chat. Like anyone you see in C+ content, I might be in their chat. Other than that, I would like to reiterate what Shank said. This was possibly the best experience I've had with a TTRPG, and this was amazing. So thank you again. And let's pass it to Meg.
Heyo, it's me. I'm Meg. And I'm at Megan Mill, and you can come watch me. And I've got like a week left of summer, so you got a week left to hang out with me, and then that's it. No, I'm just kidding. I always stream on Saturdays during the school year, so you can always catch me on Saturday on Twitch. And I pick up and play some of these every once in a while when I can. So you see me here too. And yeah, I loved this TTRPG, and I felt like it was very uplifting. Thank you.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Mm.
Well, thanks, everyone. Oh, I'm Zero, and I'm here. Thanks, everyone, for playing. Thanks, everyone, for watching on Twitch and on YouTube later. And hey, if you have been with us on the YouTubes watching this later and you liked it, you should probably go like, hey, thumbs up, like it, or maybe even subscribe. Unlike Twitch, it's actually free to do that. And you can even hit the alert bell so that you can be notified when we have new content, which is roughly the day after we broadcast live here. We play all sorts of TTRPGs, basically every kind of TTRPG that isn't D&D. We've done a little bit of D&D, but it's mostly other stuff. And our preference is for lesser well-known systems that are a real labor of love by a small team. I can only imagine the time, having written a few much simpler TTRPGs myself, I can only imagine the time and effort it takes to write a more complicated and complete system that really demonstrates the love for the setting and the concepts of a beloved piece of our culture like The Princess Bride. So well done, the team behind the Princess Bride role-playing game. Highly encourage you to go look it up, buy the book, buy the PDF, try it out for yourself. You can absolutely play the original characters, or you can do what we did and make up your own story in the vein of Princess Bride. So, all right, well, thanks everyone for playing and joining and boons and banes and all that good stuff. And we're going to say goodbye to our friends on the YouTube and then come back and find someone to go right out to. So, bye, YouTube.
Hey.
Bye,
Bye.
YouTube.